There we go. What is going on, All-Terrain Nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these Broncos we love driving, this is your All-Terrain Nation. Here, I'll scoot over a little bit for you, Kelly.
Aw, Sharon, it must be Valentine's Day.
It must be Valentine's Day. This is your Bronco Nation, and welcome in, everybody.
Bronco Nation?
Huh?
You just said Bronco Nation.
I was looking at Bronco Nation over here. I'm sorry. This is your All-Terrain Nation. This is not Bronco Nation. Trust me. I can tell you that. Guys, I know this is a tough one tonight. If I didn't have my bestie over here, like I'd probably be hell to pay. So
it's a true story.
But this is more of an intimate night. You know, I've got something special planned for right here. It's gonna be fun. And we're going to talk about the Bronco, and we're going to talk about our trip to pick up our new winch bumper. I don't know if you guys have seen the video yet or not, but we picked up a new Lifestyle Offroad front bumper, and we added our winch, and it was a lot of fun. Speaking of drink
Mark
up.
Cena said drink up already.
I know. I need.
Thank you for that.
What did I do with
chat,
my cup? It's been a mess. I have things to drink.
It's right here.
Oh, look at there. Do we have any ice? My Valentines. Look at this.
Who doesn't take care of you?
No, the ice. Oh man! But thank you, Mark Cena, for that. And cheers, everybody. We've had a busy weekend, Kelly. We left for Florida.
We have
last Wednesday. I worked all day.
I did as well.
Kelly worked, and we picked up our daughter
from softball practice.
Yes, and drove not straight to Florida, but we got as close as we could.
Macon, Georgia.
Yeah, and which wasn't too bad. And the trip down there, it's not
about 5 hours or so we made.
Too bad. We luckily missed Atlanta traffic, or the big part of Atlanta traffic.
On the way there.
Yeah, on the way there. Yeah, on the way back was a mess in itself. But we got some Buc-ee's time in.
A little bit.
You guys probably seen the videos and stuff. They know what we did. But we just had a fun. But who we got in here? We got a Bronco 78, Bronco Wild Outdoors. We got the legendary airplane Mike. We got Tim with Overland for Fun. We got Oscar in the house. We've got Matt Porter in the house, Cigar Texan, Valley Dude 5000, JD Smoking Pipes, who we haven't seen in a while. JD's he's been missing a little bit. Is he cheating on us with other live streams? I don't know. I kid. Nurse AJ, who Kelly pushed me. She pushed me hard. And what is she, Kelly?
She's our first female moderator.
That is right. She is our first. You keep leaning that way. Are the people
because we pushed the TV out? It's messing me up.
I did, but congratulations, Nurse AJ, for keeping those boys in there straight. We got Honest in the house. We got G Willikers and Mark Cena in Peugeot. The legendary Peugeot is in the house, and we got a cast of characters in here. And I want to say thank you to everybody.
And if we missed you, doesn't mean we don't love you.
That's right, Kelly. First off, this is for my Bengals, because you guys know how much I love my team, and
so much that he actually put some videos on this channel, which is about everything but sports.
But cheers, and till next year, and congratulations to the LA Rams. And if you're a fan of the LA Rams, congratulations. Y'all gonna straighten it up in here.
What am I sporting?
Oh, what do you have there, Kelly? What is that?
One of our cups that you may purchase on our Teespring site.
That is right. And I guess I should throw that link in here every once in a while, because
yeah, probably.
I'm just not good at selling.
There it is.
Selling our company, but if you ever are interested, and we have all kinds of stuff up there.
No push, but that's the wine tumbler, I think, was what it is.
I don't know. It's the typical tumbler. It's got the lid. Show them the lid.
It's metal. I don't want to tip it too much.
Oh yeah, you got it. She's got it full tonight. She's sad with me. We had fun last night though with the Bengals.
We did have fun. It was an emotional roller coaster.
At first, I was a little nervous about it, and they played a little nervous. Both teams played a little nervous at the beginning, but they came through. Why my Bengals gave it up at the 50-yard line that first quarter, I don't know. But they came back. They came out of the gate. The second half of that touchdown pass. Yes, there was a face mask. But guess what? There was penalties galore that they weren't calling, and then suddenly at the end of the game, they decided to call like 5 penalties. But I'm not I'm not going to be pissy about that, because it was my team shouldn't have been there. So, anyways, that's enough Bengal talk. And
Can you give me the chat here?
Would you like the chat?
No, I want the StreamYard chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeez.
I don't know where it is.
Oh, wait,
no,
that's private
not
chat.
that one. The other
There
one.
it is.
There it is.
But anyways, but we did have a good weekend, and somebody just
John Irving says first watching alive and you drink Jack. Awesome.
I know. Congratulations. What's up, Jamie? Flo is in the house. The future is brighter for the Bengals and the Rams. Hey man, I don't care if you buy your team or what. You got the championship.
Wow.
No, I'm serious. They went out and really purchased that for to make a Super Bowl run. They did it.
Valley Dude 5000 says feels like family here.
Yeah, it's trying to be.
Thank
but
you.
Cheers everybody. But Kelly, so the Bronco, we had taken it. When we go down to Destin area, it's about 6 hours drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this time it was 8.5 all the way. When we came back, I think it was about 10.5 with stops. But first off, I know our audience they're gonna ask this first off. How was the ride and was it comfortable? What was your impressions of this?
Yeah,
and before I say this, because I know.
You ask a question and then you stop me.
It dawned on me, but we're gonna have to A and B with the Wrangler or the Gladiator slightly.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
I don't even want to think about that.
I know, it's hell.
Okay, so what was the question? Can I get a repeat?
How was the ride? And obviously thinking the 10 hours we did to Michigan or whatever in the Gladiator.
So it doesn't even compare. Like, it doesn't even compare. Now, don't get me wrong. After you're sitting in a vehicle for almost 10 hours, and then you're spending about 2 hours to go to Shadow Wolf to get our Lifestyle Offroad bumper.
We were there probably.
No. We drove about 2 hours.
Yes.
And then we drove about 2 hours that night. And then we got back in the car and drove about 10 hours. It's a lot of butt time.
No, definitely.
So we definitely were feeling it as we were getting closer home.
Mm-hmm.
But comparatively, after you've spent about 24 hours in the seat, I expect my butt to be a little sore, but nowhere near as sore as my butt was 5 hours into the Jeep drive.
And we have,
oh my goodness, Andrea, thank you so much for $19.99.
Thank you.
And JD Smoking Pipes rounding it out. Sorry, guys, I've been working late these past few weeks. I watched the streams the next day. I did click the like button though. Cheers. Thank you
so much for that support.
You're amazing. We appreciate you joining us when you can, whether it be live or not live.
And that's the cool thing. And I put it in a kind of a hype up chat in the community area of here. Is like the cool thing about this is, yes, I understand it's Valentine's Day. But that's the cool thing about this is you could wait 2 or 3 days and watch it.
Yeah.
But Danny,
Danny, you're gonna be in trouble.
Danny, I've got to send you something real quick, Dan. I've got Danny, go to Facebook and let's see, group. There it is.
Don't send it to his wife.
Yeah, that would be awkward, wouldn't it?
She'd be like, why am I getting this from Dave?
All right, Dan, I sent you a link on Facebook.
Hey, Eric, nice to see you.
Duncan St. Clair, what's going on? Go to get his Badlands. Supposed to get his Badlands next month.
That I'm okay to get the Raptor. Wait, right?
What?
Whoa.
Ooh.
Do you have 2 reservations then?
Yeah.
Tell us how that's going down. Yeah, Overlanding for Fun says we have 26 likes and 50 watching. Please hit the like button. Yes. And if you're on your cell phone, you do have to minimize the chat to be able to see the video to click the like. So
as well as if you want to do membership or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's how you have to do that.
For sure.
But what's up, Randy Porter? But so the ride, like it's hard to say like we did 8 hours or whatever going down there, and then we got a couple days of not really riding around.
Yeah,
we didn't because this was a fast trip.
It was a very fast trip.
We went down Wednesday night.
My mom was very sad when we left.
Yes. We went down Wednesday night. We were able to kind of enjoy a little bit of family time for about a day. And and
we'll come right back.
We've got a legend in the making.
What's up, Dave?
Dude, what is that?
I wasn't expecting this.
Store. I know.
I'm at Rite Aid.
What's up, little Groots?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Danny. For one, I wanted to say congratulations on you getting that truck up and running. I know this is not Bronco talk, really, but congratulations, dude.
Thanks, man. And truthfully, when I jumped my truck and I came down, and funny story, the guy that I actually crashed that Xterra in, was in the truck when I sent it for the first time. So
Nice.
it like just randomly he was like, fine, I'll get in the truck. And we sent it. And the video of the truck that I posted was the second biggest send that I did.
Yeah. Danny
So
was sending me
that one.
Danny was sending me clips in the morning of like,
Reruns.
look what I'm doing. And it was killing me not to, because I couldn't share it, obviously, because that's Danny's content. But I was like, I can't wait to show the people what's going on.
Yeah. It was, and sorry, I'm on a walk because somebody's coming to look at our house because we're looking to sell our house.
Oh.
And I'm walking the kids around trying to burn time.
Well, tell Jamie we said hi.
Yeah, it was the most buttery. Like, I didn't even think it went that big. I mean, the airtime felt big, but when I watched the video of it jumping, it blew my mind. And yeah. I was kind of so proud of myself. I got on top of the truck and I was yelling, "Are you not entertained?" You know, but yeah, thanks for letting me hop on real quick. I know I'm not going to take up too much.
No. I'm so like happy that you were 10 feet in the air, every bit of 10 feet in the air.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The length too was really far. But yeah, so.
Well, I want to say congratulations. And we've got to do a Nissan talk coming up soon.
Yeah. I want to get on. Timing has been completely terrible. Every time I want to hop on, like just something comes up with whether it's kids running them to drum lessons or whatnot. I've been just ramrodding like family time. But
hey, one last jab though, Danny. Last jab. You're in LA basically, not proper, but and you've been a Bengals fan with me for quite a while. How was last night for you?
I was pissed, Dave. I stuck with my boys.
Dude,
congratulations. Thank you so much.
I was rooting for my boys. I mean, I'm okay with the Rams. If the Bengals are going to lose to anybody,
yeah,
I'm okay with them losing to the Rams.
Okay.
Cup is an amazing receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Like that duo is. I think that's going to be like a history books duo. Sorry, I got like zero light, but I'm okay with them losing to them. But it like I was screaming at the TV at the end of the game, and yeah, I was a little heartbroken. It was a little depressing last night, but I think this is the beginning of something special. I think they're going to come back and they're going to be just as good and or better.
Well, dude, I appreciate you hopping on here, man. And I had to get you on here real quick and talk about that Xterra. I'm totally jealous. Wasn't at King of Hammers.
I should have made the jacket.
And I don't know, dude. I can't wait to see your first race, man.
Yeah, the first weekend in May 4th through the 7th, I'm going to be doing the Nevada Baja. It's a 600-mile race in Nevada. It's on the books. I can't register yet, but as soon as it's open for registration, we're registering. Still a bunch of little things to do on the truck, but it's going to happen. So keep an eye out for that. And lastly, that last video was killer, Dave. I love that video of you getting that new bumper. I'm so stoked that you bought your wife a new bumper for her truck.
I know.
No. That's my bumper,
Isn't
sir.
it fabulous,
Kelly, congratulations on the new bumper for your truck.
Appreciate it.
All right, Danny. Have fun, buddy.
I love you. See you later.
Love you, buddy.
All right. For those that don't know, he is Degroot X on YouTube, and he races an Xterra.
He does, man.
I mean, it's almost an Xterra.
Me and Danny been doing this thing for a long time now, and I had to say hi. He popped on. He said hi. I just had to say hi to him. But so Duncan Clara says, Kelly, what is that about?
Keep you posted on how it works out. Thinking buy Badlands, sell Badlands, and Raptor comes. So he's the one that's got the bump or the Badlands coming next week.
Well, yeah, let us know, man. The Raptor's scary to me because like I just don't want to see anybody get screwed over with the whole MSRP, and that, but hopefully it works out for everybody.
Because those that saw what Ford put out, yes, they're cracking down on dealers that are going extraneous markups, but what does that mean? What does that mean in Ford's eye?
10, 20%.
And if you look at the True article that talks about, the guy is more worried about EV than he's worried about anything else in the line. So I wouldn't hold my breath thinking that the dealer is not going to
Yeah.
market adjust.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk there. But what's going on, Carla? Carla in the house, friend of ours. Let's see. Omnipotent says his finally shipped.
Yay!
Congratulations. Let's see. Any day now. So this is
So if it finally shipped, then you got out of the chip monstrosity.
yeah, and this is the worst part of your life. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, the part where you know it's built is the worst part of your life. And we didn't suffer like they're suffering right now with Ice Mountain. But damn it, even knowing that we were like, where it's not showing up in the tracker. What's the deal? What's going on? And it just shows up. So congratulations, man. Anybody going through that stuff, that's it's a tough one. But so Kelly, back to our trip. I thought it rode pretty good, man. My back did hurt, but like I said earlier, we had went through a bunch of seat time. And with, I'm serious, little downtime, because we got to your parents that by noon. We spent the rest of the day with them, but you know, a lot of
we finally arrived in the villages at like 2:30, I think, on Thursday.
Yep.
So we had been in the car. We got a little bit of a late start just because we were tired, and we knew proactively we were going to have a big run. So we didn't like push hard to get out of the hotel that morning. So, you know, we had a little bit of downtime just to kind of sit, but that was about it. And then
the parents wanted to
go to
dinner and drive around a little bit, and I'm like, oh, and nothing against the parents of like wanting to do it. They don't see us very often, but it was just like, damn it, man, like I just need a minute to chill. But and for my job, I'm driving a lot for my job, so I had a lot of seat time.
And I'm sitting at a desk a lot for my job, so I'm having a lot of seat time in a different way. But, you know, it was great comparatively for the amount of time. It's a good preview of what we're going to experience going to Moab in June.
Yes.
We actually told our daughter this was a good
23 and a half hours, something like that.
Yeah. Moab. 21, 22, but we're going up through Colorado. We're stopping in Colorado.
Yeah. Hopefully we're supposed to hopefully see our friends over TFL, maybe do some appearance there. But yeah, no, it's that's gonna be, well, we're driving through Kansas just sucks. And nothing against, if you live in Kansas, I think it's a beautiful state. But getting from one corner of the state to the next is just horrible.
And honestly, I know we talk about just like leaving first thing Friday morning to head out, but I think we probably get a jump on it on Thursday night after work.
Oh yeah, maybe
so we can at least get about 4 or 5 hours into the trip, and then just kind of chill, and then be in the car all day to Colorado, and then Colorado the long shot.
I love Bronco 78 here. Did you have to use 4-wheel drive to get it to that Atlanta construction?
So no. Funny story. We should have.
Yeah, on the way down, we went through Atlanta, 7 or so, maybe 8 or 9, somewhere in there. We missed all the good traffic.
I don't know, whatever it was. You could still, I mean, it's Atlanta, so there's always some
Night Matt.
Night Matt, thanks for joining.
But on the way back, dude, we got deep in the middle of Atlanta, and they shut 75 down. It was an accident or something.
So funny story about that quickly. You know, our nav didn't tell us so we were using both. We were using Waze, and we were using navigation.
The Ford's navigation.
Which
actually I'm very impressed with.
It's
not Waze, but I'm impressed for a manufacturer's nav.
We'll go back to that.
Okay. She's the person that uses nav. So.
Yeah. So navigation on the Sync 4 didn't tell us until about 10 minutes after Waze told us that the interstate was shut down.
Yeah.
So we were sitting in traffic probably 10 minutes more than we needed to, because he didn't trust that the road was shut down because it was Waze and didn't want to get off the interstate, whatever. So we ended up having to get around, and then the nav kind of freaked out on us a little bit when it was trying to recalculate the route on us, and it just kind of said, "Nav's not working. Go to your dealer."
Yeah.
But luckily our Waze worked fine for us.
I thought, because you only get so limited, you have to sign up for their nav and pay us.
Yeah, you only get like 3 months or whatever.
And I thought it just ended. So that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, he just thought that's what it was in the middle of traffic, but it wasn't. It just had freaked out with the recalculating the road being shut down and stuff. So that being said, we lost a little bit of time on our productivity of getting home, but we did not have to use 4-wheel drive. We would have had we needed to, but
no, and no zombies. I was surprised going through
I
Atlanta.
know
There was
he
no
kept saying
zombies.
that there was going to be zombies.
I mean, I just, I didn't have my bow and arrow or anything, pew pew wise, but I thought, well, the Bronco, we got that new bumper. We could take out a few of those damn zombies, but there was no zombies.
Well, I'm so glad that we didn't have to deal with those zombies.
Right. And Mark Senna, did I see the 151 Garage video about them whining about their
Lost and
third
found
Bronco that they're getting? No, I don't watch those guys. Sorry. But I've been told many times about it. Let's see. What is this? Picked up my Bronco Friday, dropped it off Sunday to get stealth PPF. Waited forever for it and only drove her 16 miles, man.
Hey, you got to protect her though.
Hey, and why? So I washed the Bronco before our trip because I knew we were going to get pictures and stuff. And yes, we're going to get road grime on it, but it wasn't going to show in the pictures going to Lifestyle Offroad in a Shadow Wolf. But I was doing a quick wash. I came home early from work to get this done. And what did I tell you happened?
He had chips on it.
Chips in the side of this thing.
Oh, speaking of chips, do we break it to him?
Yeah, I mean, you can break that one too.
So we're coming home. We've
Atlanta.
gotten to what 4,500 miles on it at this point.
Yep.
And probably about what 3,000 of it was probably interstate miles.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you hear a tink on your windshield, you're going, "Oh crap!" And you look, and there's not one, but this time there was. We've got a chip in our windshield already, and I was just like, "Dang it, man!" So, yeah. The first chip.
Yeah, that was a major bummer. Okay, where did
Dave is the drunk crazy uncle who relives Super Bowl 22 every year.
No, every 22 years because the Bengals only seem to go about 30.
It says Super Bowl 22,
Super Bowl 22
as in this Super Bowl.
No. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Duh. 22.
How much Jack have you had already?
Not enough, but we got John Irving for $10.
Thank you so much for that super chat.
And Jack Fund. Ooh. Your Titan review helped me buy my Titan. Next time you're in Florida, open invite to review and cruise with us on our 74 Stingray. Ooh. I did a few, and I'm not always positive about the Titan, but I'm hoping you watched the one on Nissan Nation Productions channel. We really like that truck.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good truck. Other than, dude, get some PPF on the front of that thing.
Yes,
I will say that. And thank you, Rad, for reviews. What's going on, man? Let's see. How many current viewers, if any, said they would upgrade to a Bronco Raptor? Ooh, that's a good poll question. Maybe we need to adjust the poll question up there.
Oh, where's the poll? Over
right
here.
There. Yeah, we'll have to end it over there.
We gotta see the results, though.
We do have to see the results, which are not surprising. But let's see what happens here.
Where do we see them?
It'll pop up. There it is.
There you go.
So what was the question, Kelly?
Will the Lifestyle Offroad bumper be on your list when it comes time to buy? No said 62%. Yes said 37%.
That's all right.
50.
Yeah. And let's do a new poll on that. So rad reviews for you. That was a good question.
Oh, it's down here.
Yep. But I will say the ride of the thing, it handles great. There was a couple times where traffic stopped in front of us, and the big 35s, the braking system on this thing is excellent. I have to say, Kelly was gripping the Bronco like crazy. She was pushing the brake on her side, and it wasn't working.
What do you want the question to be?
What
do you want the question to be?
If they could upgrade to the Bronco Raptor, would they? Basically.
No, we asked that one last week. He's asking, or they're asking, how many of the people that opted in got a rejection.
Oh, we'll go.
What's the question?
We'll ask that away. But so there was a couple times the 35s, those Goodyear tires, even though they seem to pick up gravel like crazy and throw it into the side of our vehicle. And guys, if you can't afford PPF, and I get it, PPF's expensive. At minimum, go get the doors done. At minimum, I'm telling you, you're gonna love getting those doors done because we found. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. There's Jonathan's Stingray. But
gorgeous.
You at minimum you want to get those doors done because I've seen chips in ours, and they're little chips, and it's aggravating. I mean, we own this for the long haul. We knew this was going to happen. The newer the vehicles are, the thinner they're putting this paint on. and they're trying to save weight any way they can, believe it or not. And paint is a way to save a little weight, and it shows. So get it done. We were hoping to have our wrap on, but
Before we start having some damage.
but unfortunately, YouTube, in their wisdom, hid my channel sometime in December, and our ad revenue was cut in half. So it's kind of do we make a Bronco payment or do we do PPF? It was like,
And
so-
trust me, this one wanted PPF, and
I
Mama
did.
had to say no.
what's up, Dr. Simple Beauty, and congratulations on your LA Rams. But yeah, we got a rock chip in the window,
We did get a rock chip in
and
the
that
window.
and it was a kind of a bummer. It
Mhm.
wasn't a hard hit either.
No,
It was just that
it was
little
like
ping,
any other hit that we've had.
but it was just that perfect hit. Oh, what do we got here, Kelly?
Tim Corney, thank you so much for that super chat. It says, "Hi guys, I'm stuck on Ice Mountain. Went from last week, delivery of May, and what's in the glass, Dave?
Tonight-
Cheers, I'm drinking Elijah Craig.
I am drinking
Single
a
barrel.
single barrel select Jack Daniels, which I've grown when I was a kid, and you like as a kid drinker is
Back in my
I
day.
say kid, legal age, we'll say that. Drinker, you couldn't put Jack in my hands, and for some reason, the older I get, I've grown to be really. I wasn't much of a whiskey guy till the pandemic. I was more of a tequila, and I liked vodka and stuff like that. And I've just grown to really, really like whiskeys, and I've been stuck on the single barrel.
And Tim, sorry to hear you're on Ice Mountain.
And I did have a shot because of the special game last night. You guys a while back bought a bottle of Frank Sinatra, and I only bring it out for special occasions. And last night I shared a shot with my friends, and well, two of my friends, and it went back in the box.
I didn't get any because I don't do Jack.
Man, this aggressive guest coming in here.
Real quick before we go to our guest, Freewheelin' Overland says, I got my first rock chip at 500 miles.
Oh, I know our buddy coming up here has had some rock chips.
Yeah.
Are you going to share the mouse?
I'm going to just a second. I was trying
sorry,
to star one
guest.
more.
Sorry, guest. We'll definitely get your questions, but I've got to do this. We've got Mr. Lifestyle Offroad himself on here. What is up, Luke Panko?
Oh, there we go. Now I'm full screen.
Look at that. You need
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
What's up, Shaky Cam?
Good. Now I got all these tabs open. What's going on here?
Well, first off, Luke, welcome to the new stream because you were part of the old stream that was a pain in the ass to make work. How easy was this for you to jump in?
This was quite a bit easier.
There we go. That's what we don't want to hear. We're paying for something and you go, this was hard. Screw that.
No, this was simple. And
I mean,
it was
Danny
nice.
made it happen like that, so it had to be easy.
Yeah, Danny jumped in mobily. So
But this would be good for Danny though too, because before I even see you guys, it has me test my mic and everything, and
Yeah.
Danny's
Oh, nice.
notorious for mic problems. So
Oh yeah. But so first off, we want to say your new product is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
We're very, very happy with it. You and Nestor, man, you've knocked it out of the park. I mean, I seen yours at Windrock when you were there with us. But I was trying to honestly film then, and I wasn't paying much attention to like them installing it and stuff. And so we dropped that little bit of a video today. And first off, how was the video for you? Did you guys like the video?
it was good. I didn't even realize that you did a live video on Saturday though either. Or
Well, a lot of
no,
people didn't.
was it Saturday? Nestor
No,
goes, "Well,
Friday.
Friday. Okay. So Nestor goes, "Did you watch that?" And I go, "No." I was like, "What are you talking about?" Because you were sending me like little clips of like teasers.
Mhm.
And so I was just sitting here waiting, and then all of a sudden I clicked through your channel. I'm like, "Oh." And so I watched that one earlier today. I don't
Slacker
I
Dave
swear-
didn't send the video.
yeah, I swear I follow you guys and everything.
Somebody
It
hasn't
doesn't
rung
tell
the
me.
bell.
Yeah.
That's it. You
Mhm.
haven't rung the bell.
Guys, if you want to, when we drop videos, if you ring the bell, subscribing is awesome. But if you ring that little bell next to it, as soon as we do something, you get notifications. But so yeah, and also I
Maybe
have to
not.
apologize for the audio. We were doing a live stream down there, and we just thought it was the audio equipment I was trying to use. But we've realized like the software we're using live from the phones, it chews up the audio for some reason. So that audio.
So we're
kinda
gonna
sucked.
just have to do it YouTube Live
Yeah.
instead of StreamYard Live.
Yep. But anyways, Luke, those that don't know, you were involved in an accident with your Bronco.
Are you clear to talk about that yet, or
No, I can talk about it. For obvious reasons, Dave and I have talked about. I don't know how I feel about posting a lot of pictures of it. There's
Sure.
been
Yeah.
little snippets in my YouTube videos
Yeah.
and whatever. I was not at fault, but I did T-bone a vehicle, unfortunately, and that was the 28th of December. So I haven't had my Bronco since then. I visit it. I have visitation rights. So I do
You've been
go visit
modding
it
it as
often.
you've been modding it. What's funny as it's been sitting in a body shop.
Yeah. Luckily, I've had some interesting conversations with the body shop because he's going through, like, initially I drop it off and I'm talking to him about it, and he's like, well, I think that bumper is going to be kind of a holdup, like we're going to have to get a new one. And I'm like, oh, I know a guy. And he's like, oh, really? And I go, well, it's me, like I am the company that makes those bumpers. And so then he just kind of looks at you sideways, like, what are you talking about? And then, like, my wrap had to come off because some of the front, it's kind of weird because the hood is okay, doesn't need painted, but both front fenders need painted and the driver door and some blending on the passenger door. So it needs painted a little bit. And so I was asking about the wrap, and they're like, well, you can have the wrap company send the bill. And I'm like, okay, I can do that whenever you're ready. And they're just kind of like, yeah, they're like, okay. So then they saw me on YouTube, and he's like, oh, you really do all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm not just joking with you. Like, this is really my thing.
I'm not just wear the hat. Jeez.
Yeah. So once he started taking me more serious, he started watching some videos, and he's like, so you're trying to come out with more things? I'm like, yeah. He goes, if you need to, just message me and you can come in here and do whatever you need to do. So
nice.
They've worked with me a lot. They've been very understanding. My insurance, not so much, because my insurance says things. I'm like, I don't think you understand. Like, that's a brand new truck. Like,
yeah, that you can't get.
Yeah. So I should have it Friday, maybe a little earlier. Last Friday it was going into paint, and like I just said, it's not like a ton needs painted. The good thing about having a white truck is white's a super easy color to repaint.
Yeah.
So
this just means you have to go wheel it harder now.
Yeah. I don't.
He already wheeled it pretty damn hard at Windrock.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot
Even though he
harder
wasn't
than
gonna.
intended. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because you
We
like to
knew
hang
better.
You like to hang with the big boys, and the big boys like to go push it a little bit.
There was only the only day on that whole trip where I was like really doubting myself is halfway through the trail on Trail 75, that Walden Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the point in the trail where you cannot turn around. Like,
Right.
you are so stuck, like 2 miles in, but that Bronco was just almost too wide. And the fender flares were rubbing on stuff, and I ripped one of the bumper pieces off, and I'm like, this is not great. This is not
That
very
was
fun.
not his bumper ripped off, by the way.
Yeah,
No,
that was the factory.
That was the factory
Sasquatch.
bumper.
That was 8,000 miles ago on that truck. So
I know. Well, I just wanted everybody to be clear that it wasn't your product you were ripping off on the trails.
No, that's a lot of motivation for why the Lifestyle Offroad bumpers are sucked in and they don't stick out as wide as the Sasquatch flares.
Well, so what have you, because our audience is going to want to know, what have you been driving since they gave you a rental? And it's in the middle of winter, so you need a good four-wheel drive, right? And they probably hooked you up with the best option.
Because Luke is based out of Iowa.
That's not a Bronco. They probably gave you the best option.
So they gave me like a couple options, and on my insurance for the Bronco, we pay for a full-size truck for rental coverage. And she's like, I have a couple trucks, or you could just have a small car. And I have 2 kids, and I'm like, I don't want a small car. And my wife in the background goes, you need 4-wheel drive. And so I go, what do you have that's 4-wheel drive? And she knew nothing. She just is like, we have this Jeep Gladiator. And I just go, okay, I'll take it. And we pull up to the parking lot at Enterprise, and there's only Jeep in the parking lot is a white Rubicon. And I'm going, there's no way. Like, why would Enterprise have a Rubicon as the rental vehicle?
You should be asking, why not?
Well, maybe.
Especially in Iowa, it's not like you're in Moab or something like that.
Right. Which it does have California plates. So somebody maybe rented it out there and drove it cross country. I don't know. But that's what my rental is. And I don't know how many miles I've put on it, but it's been interesting to compare them. Because of course that's all I've been doing. But it's a oddly decked out Rubicon. I've talked to you, calling you, going, where are the heated seat buttons? Because it's got leather, but no heated seats. And on mornings when it's -10, that leather's real cold for a long time. So
and that thing doesn't fit in your garage either, right?
No. Where my wife has an F-150 Super Crew or whatever they call it. That fits in the garage, but where the Bronco sits, the Jeep is literally like 3 feet too long to fit in that spot.
That's crazy.
So it sits
Time to
in
move
the
the boat
driveway.
outside.
They're a long vehicle, man, but that's probably a good thing for you though, because you get to kind of A and B product like the Bronco versus Jeep's offerings.
Yeah.
And does it kind of help spark ideas for where Lifestyle Offroad could take some Bronco stuff?
Yeah, it has a little bit. It's not necessarily product related, but a huge Bronco debate, that's for sure.
Yes.
It's made me a lot happier in my soft top. Especially now, if my Bronco was a hard top, it would park in the garage like we just talked about. But like maybe I'm driving home from work in the Jeep and it's kind of snowy, icy, but it's melted a little bit and then it refreezes at night. I get in that thing and it creaks all the way to work. Like the water makes its way into those little crevices. And the other thing I've noticed is the Jeep just kind of stays cold all the time. Like I have to drive it for a solid 30 minutes before I have to turn the heat off high. It's like it takes forever for that cab to warm up, and I've got, I don't know, you're missing a third of the cab compared to the Bronco.
Yeah.
So, it hasn't been terrible.
Well, sadly, it's been too cold for you, so you could take the doors off and kind of A and B it that way. But you've been busy though without a Bronco. You've still been busy doing Bronco things, man. On your channel, you just dropped a video where you'd wrapped some customer's Bronco, and then you were kind of showing how to take the door handles and stuff off to properly wrap it. Which we saw your wrap of Kelly's old Xterra this weekend. By the way, it's starting to need. But
it still looks great.
Yeah,
comparatively.
We were drunk in.
What did we wrap? Did we wrap it in 18 or 19?
Oh gosh,
I want to say it was 18, wasn't it?
I kind of think it was. I still actually have the box because I have I probably have a foot of that vinyl left, so I might have to look at it. It's been a while and it was not wrapped in good condition. So we don't recommend wrapping outside in a gravel parking lot.
No.
Yes, in a dusty
under alcohol influence either.
Yeah, because I think we started about 3 or 4 of that, and we didn't get done till about 10 or so. And that's a fast, guys. That is wrapping fast. Like in the Xterra lends itself, it was pretty long, and
we didn't do the roof.
No, we didn't do the roof. Thank God, because pulled the rack off, and But no, I was very happy with that. But you did the Bronco, it was black Bronco, right?
It was a black Bronco, and he just wanted simply matte black.
Yeah.
So we it took pretty much on the nose 16 hours, which we didn't really take any shortcuts. The only thing we did compared to a lot of other videos, and this is just the way I was taught to wrap, I do the side, headlight to taillight, in one big piece of vinyl. The only downside to that is you're not getting a ton of vinyl to wrap around the edge of the door. But I've been doing this since 2006, so I'm not new to it. The other thing I see when people do wrap far around the edge of the door is that creates pockets where, I mean, you can open the door of any car right now, and there's going to be like a glue that is not holding the seams together, but covering the seams so you don't have like a crack in there for dirt, dust, whatever to build up in. Trying to wrap over that is really, really difficult. Now, if you're going to pay $5,000+ and have somebody detailed and wrap in there, it can be done, but that's substantially more than this guy paid. So if you do it my way, wrapping headlight to taillight, and you use really just the door gaps to trim your vinyl, you get nice clean lines. You can wrap around the edges really easily, and it goes so much faster. So after I've done it now, I've kind of gone back, like done a full Bronco wrap, because my wrap wasn't full by any means. I find myself kind of critiquing others.
Well, there's a few to be critiqued right now.
Yeah. The one thing is
Sorry.
Hold on, Luke.
I was smacking his leg.
All right. Can you
Sorry,
hear
I
you now?
unplugged us.
Yep.
There we go.
Those
They will not
him,
be
guys.
named, but
Those that know, I've abused him. Just
Yes,
heads
Kelly
up on
abused him.
the Valentine's Day.
So like you're a jack of all trades, man. Like you just sell bumpers, parts, and you guys have a new mount for the dash, the phone mounts and stuff too, which is like silly cheap.
Yeah, Ford calls it the bring your own device thing. So you'll see it abbreviated as BYOD. I just call it a dash rail.
Yeah.
Just that's easier. But yeah, we've got a couple sizes of those out. Mount your phone up there, your GoPro, whatever you want. So yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. They're under like $25. They are cheap.
Yeah.
So we
But it doesn't
sent
have to
one
be.
to
Sent one to
Bird
crazy.
Dog Overland. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen he put it up on his Instagram today.
Yep. So
yeah, no, I like the idea behind it. If I just hadn't been like a brand snob on these. No, I'm playing.
Well, you wanted one early.
Yeah. No, but we've used 67 designs and I kind of like their system. And plus I can take the mounts from the Jeep and just attach them to this and continue to go. I would have definitely used yours on that. So the front bumper, man, I know you've sold quite a few of these things now. And I've gotten a lot of questions about the adaptive cruise and camera. And I know you dropped a small video on it, and I'm going to try to pull it up. But can you kind of talk us through the process of getting that to happen? And
so what's funny is I get people. It's almost like I get people that are just concerned about it that call me and ask how it works. And it's really kind of just been like friends and old friends just kind of looking out, asking about it. Now, for liability reasons, our bumpers are marketed as off-road only.
Yes.
Talk to your local lawyer as to why I might put that on there. But we did get adaptive cruise to work. So the gentleman that made that video, his name is Dawson, and he put that video together just because he is so excited about the bumper. So down there, right above the skid plate, you can kind of right there see a tunnel, and that is where the adaptive cruise sits. Now the advantage to that versus some of the others we've seen on the market is you're virtually not moving the module from where it is in the factory location. Now, that has to be calibrated, and it comes from the factory calibrated, obviously. So that was important to us to make sure we kept it in a relatively close location to stock. So once you add a lift or 37s or whatever, you're obviously changing the location of that a little bit, but keeping it relative to where it would be in a stock form is that was key. The plate that it mounts on can actually be tilted a little bit, and when you mount it, you need to make sure it's level to the ground, which is also very important. So people are gonna, even in a complete stock form, you could actually have issues with this module if you even just level your truck.
Right.
It it sounds like these could be pretty finicky, but basically we were able to just barely cram that module right beneath the winch. It does sit back in that tunnel a ways, so it does have some protection. Um, but at the same time, you can't really cover it up to protect it a whole lot either.
Yeah.
But he uses it every day going to work. He said it works no different than when it did from the factory. And there's towards the end, yeah, somewhere in here, he gives you like a camera shot. So he used the Warn winch, which has the control box on the top middle. So you can kind of see the winch in the video, but if you had like your winch that Smitty built and had it off to the side, you'd probably see a corner of that control box, and that's about it.
And you're not relocating the camera, which I like. I mean, I
Right.
understand the way some people have done this, but you're not relocating that camera at all.
Yeah, the camera stays in complete stock location. So you're not, even with the parking sensors, you're not adjusting the wiring or anything. You're using all factory wiring. It reaches all the sensor holes fine. Adaptive cruise, you're not doing anything with the wiring. And the front camera, you don't touch at all. So
Right.
you leave it exactly where it came. And like I said, if you had a different winch, they really wanted a Warn, which that's fine. But the only problem with Warns and our bumpers is you have to pick a certain one, which that's listed on my website. But we just, it was a little bit of a gamble, to be completely honest, because there's not a whole lot of information out there on how these systems work. So it was just taking lots of measurements, finding people that were willing to let us kind of take their truck apart, take more measurements. And I mean, if you watch that video you guys posted the other day and you hear Nestor talk, he puts so much thought into every aspect of these things that we were just able to get it to all work.
Well, and it's like we told people on that live, if you guys missed that, is that, you know, what makes Lifestyle Offroad and Shadow Wolf manufacturing different is that those that are designing and manufacturing actually use these bumpers. They actually use the product. They know what is best, like the departure angle, like something that I, even as a wheeler, don't really think about because I don't get into as extreme as you do. But as Nestor was talking about, I was like, oh, that makes complete sense. Like you want as much clearance as you can.
Yeah. And so that was, I mean, that was where our heads were at going into it. And I'm obviously a long ways away from Nestor, him being in Florida and me here. But when we started designing this bumper, it took a lot for us to maintain that. Because really the factory modular bumper has really good clearance. But you and me, Dave, coming from the Xterra world with our solid axle swapped beater rigs, so to speak, the Bronco basically on paper is just as capable as that truck that I spent 11 years building.
Yeah.
Minus having a winch. So that was priority number one, was making sure that I could put a winch on my Bronco, and theoretically I could go out there and tackle the same trails I could in my old rig. So that was super important, but I had to maintain clearance. I had to get that winch sucked up as close to the truck as I could.
Well, Well, and I don't think if you're new to off-roading and want to add a winch, I think that they don't maybe realize because the way Ford attaches the winch to that modular bumper, it makes it stick way out. And
Well,
I've said it a few times when I saw that. I want protection for my winch too. My winch is expensive, $500-$600 easily for a winch. And I don't want it sticking out there when I'm riding around with a potential accident to go through somebody's, rear hatch. I want that protected as well, which was like what we've seen in the past with good winch bumpers is. And then you guys add the bar on top of it, which you didn't have to do, add that bar, but it's just a little extra security for your winch. And you still, kept it low or kept the winch low enough where you could use the camera. And I know people are going to be like, oh, that you could mount the camera out on the crash bar out there or whatever. And it's like, you can, but then now you have a camera out in danger's way of being smacked around with everything, or it's just not being protected the way it is. And then two, it's not in the same position that it was intended to be.
Bye, Dr. Simple Beauty. Thanks for joining. Sorry, I wanted to sneak that in there before she left. Go ahead.
Good luck getting that camera replaced if you crack it too.
Yes.
Well, and another thing that you talked about in your video too, and I highlighted as much as I can, is weight. That's the fact that you're adding, so the skid plate weighs 39 pounds and then your winch weighs whatever. I'm pretty sure the winch you're running is like 59 or 60 pounds with the synthetic rope. You've basically only added 100 pounds to the front of your truck.
Yes.
So you're not having to worry about now you have to go upgrade your suspension, or when you brake while you're stopping, the front end's going to sag or anything like that. It'd be really interesting one of these days to get a hold of Ford's winch setup, or even JCR now has one too, and just see what does that weigh in comparison to ours. And also, it won't offer the same amount of protection because you still have that. The factory Ford skid plate is decent, but it's not a 3/16 steel skid plate that's reinforced in I don't know how many places. So it's the benefits are just kind of endless. But
yeah, and then how much, the further you add weight away from those front tires, it's just more dragging on that suspension and pulling it down. And I'd be curious, there's some of these what I call mall crawler bumpers, and people may like them, but they're just, they're made to look super aggressive, all these bends and brakes, and they're just bulky. I'd be curious what those actually weigh in comparison to your bumpers too. And guys, please don't think I'm just crapping on other bumper companies, because I'll test other bumper companies, man. Luke's been a lifelong friend, and like, I like your product for one. I'm not just running it because we're friends. I like the thought, and I said it in the video. I talked to Nestor, and he designed his part of it from the inside out. He made sure, guys, I don't think I have any pictures of it. They attach points to this bumper to your crash bars, which just makes everything more rigid.
No, it was in your live.
Yeah.
Or it was on the live.
Yeah. And just well thought out. And Nestor is a graduate from Alabama with an engineering degree. Like, it's not some guy out in the shed that decided to help you build bumpers.
Well, and it's also on that aspect, to have an engineer that is practical in his application is also very rare. There's a lot of people that go to engineering school and they know how to design it and they can tell you how to put it together, but they've never actually done it themselves. So I was lucky enough. I mean, you and me ran into him in the woods in Tennessee, I don't know, 10 plus years ago. But to find somebody that understands how it works and then can go out in the garage or shop and actually put it all together, and then can fully explain it to you from that little pencil drawing all the way to fully built, it's a huge asset.
And then, like, with the rear bumper, we did some testing with y'all's new rear bumper that's coming out. And dude, it was just something tiny that he saw that most people would have never cared, noticed, whatever. And it didn't, like, he wasn't going to let it go from his part. He was like, no,
No.
because I was going to buy that rear bumper, which is your rear bumper. They were going to
Yep.
ship to you, and I called you up, and I was like,
Yep.
how much for the bumper? And then Nestor was like, no, we're not letting that one out. Like, there's just one little thing. Once again, didn't affect anything about that bumper, but he was not
Yep.
happy with it.
Yep. Which that can be a flaw.
Right.
So that's resolved, turned into me all day yesterday and today looking for parking sensor retainers to make sure that everything fits perfect, because we found out that like I don't know all the models. I think it's Wild Track, Big Bend, Base. They all have plastic rear bumpers. Well, apparently the parking sensor retainers are substantially different from anything with a steel rear bumper. So we designed it around one and kind of thought it would work across the board, and it won't. So I've made a couple parts orders yesterday. This morning they all got canceled because Bronco parts don't exist in the world. So I ordered some other parts, and we'll get it figured out.
Canceled.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Dave about Moab, and I tried to order CV axles too, so I can have spare parts, and that's a whole nother story about a part you can't get.
Yes.
Lovely.
Or they're ultra expensive.
Ultra expensive, slightly different from driver side to passenger side.
Yep. Which is strange why they didn't. I don't know, unless they're the diff is just something generic that they've used in something else. Yeah, I don't know. G. Wilkers, thank you for joining.
Welcome to
being
membership. I know you were trying to do the 1 year and we couldn't figure that quite out. So thank you for joining anyway without being able to get that 1 year set up for you. But guys, this shows you like Luke has a day job and he puts all of his extra time and heart into this company. So that shows you that we saw them on Friday and he already has answers of what needs to be resolved to fix it, because you could have just washed your hands of it and said it must be a mid-year change. But no, you figured out that it was a plastic bumper versus a metal bumper versus a model and all of that within that time. So that says something.
Parts too so you guys have some rock sliders you're working on, which is a big thing for me, because Ford offers a body mounted rock slider. It's a bare minimum attempt at a rock slider, but it does add some protection. And I know you kind of know the rock slider that I like with the kickouts and stuff, but I want frame mounted rock sliders. And I was just walking through Nestor with this, man, was really cool. Of like, dude, they were fabricating parts while I was there and testing. My Bronco was up on the lift. They were test fitting a lot of stuff.
And honestly, had we been there one more day, I think he would have had something.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's a good chance. Yeah.
It's funny because he said, well, I'm not going to take up any more of your time because I got as much done as I almost got what I got done. I said, what do you need? What more do you like? Do what you need. He's like, no, because I'll be here cutting and bending and grinding and everything. And you guys don't need to waste all your time here. So I got the impression it was another day's worth of work for him to kind of get to that point.
But when are you thinking rock sliders might be with on the website?
Hopefully the longest it would be is for sure we'll have some at Supercell.
Okay.
Hopefully within there you did it.
I did it. You guys heard it.
Within 3 or 4 weeks we'll be able to at least show you more pictures.
Okay.
Did he show you the design?
Mm-mm.
Okay. The problem is we have them fully designed, and the issue is Ford is notorious for doing this on their trucks. They run the main wiring harness along the outside of the frame. And so the driver's side of the frame is covered in your main wiring harness
and the brake lines.
Yep, and the brake lines run on the passenger side. So to create a full frame mounted bolt on slider, you've got to work around those things. And as over engineered as that bumper is, the slider isn't going to be any different. So it's all been about trying to figure out how we can use what holes are there, what are you going to have to do to get around the brake lines, the wiring harness? It's there's a lot to it. I mean, my Xterra, I just took sliders from a different truck and welded them on and called it a day.
Right.
This is a bit of a new ball game. So that's the other thing, is in mounting these things and trying to make them incredibly strong and durable, we're also working really hard to use what Ford gives you. So that puts a whole new challenge into it. Just like the way that our bumper utilizes those crash bars, we mount into the crash bar to create more rigidity and everything. And that's just, we're using what we've got, and we're trying to maximize that as much as we can.
Right. Well, I'm excited. Of course, you're going to be at Supercell, and hopefully, you guys. I know there was talk of having a few bumpers. Maybe if you guys are interested in one of these bumpers, you're going to get to meet Luke and the engineer who helped Luke design this stuff and get this product out. Somebody asked. Bronco 78 asked how the distance between everybody. How did all this happen? And we all three have been friends for quite a while. We were friends in the Nissan community. Nestor, being the engineer mind he had, he took a 2-wheel drive truck and converted it to 4-wheel drive, to IFS 4-wheel drive. Then that wasn't enough, and he converted it to solid axle and started selling kits how to convert your Nissan trucks to solid axles. And we've just all wheeled together for a long time.
Yep. We so if you haven't watched your channel and not a lot, Dave and I have known each other for, I don't know, like 13 years, 12, 13
like
years.
Yeah.
From wheeling Xterras.
Mm-hmm.
And Nestor's just one of those guys that came up from Florida to Tennessee. But Nestor's whole thing is, so I don't like people working on my vehicle at all. It drives me crazy. I don't know if it's like a control issue or what.
It is.
But it drives me nuts. I can weld, I can fabricate, I can do all of that stuff. I don't have the best facilities for it always. But when it comes to trusting somebody with my vehicle or doing something, Nestor just kind of became that person. Even though there is distance between us, I called him when we were on our way to our Nissan event and said, "Hey, I'm having this issue." And he's like, "Oh, grab the part off my workbench," and he'll drive his 10 hours. I'll drive my 10 hours. And then we're sitting there drinking beer and he's fixing my truck.
Right.
So when he started Shadow Wolf, he kind of clued me into what he was going to start doing. And I kind of gave him a couple of ideas of what I thought could work. And I kind of have turned into his marketing department a little bit. So I started selling his suspension kit and some of the solid axle parts. And that's what, I'm fairly well known in the Nissan community for solid axles on early model Nissans. I've helped build several, and he makes a lot of parts for them, and you can buy them on my website. So that relationship has just grown. And as soon as the Bronco came out, and then I thought about buying one, and as soon as Jenna said, "Yeah, you can buy one," my first call was to Nestor going, "Hey, we need to make parts for these," and he goes, "Yeah, we do." So that's kind of all there was to it.
Yeah.
And we just happened to work well together.
And I know he's itching to buy one himself. Like, he loves these things.
He
so
got the approval from the wife to have a shop Bronco. I don't know if everybody knows that, but he told us that this weekend.
Yeah, he almost, I feel like he didn't want to tell me that he wanted to buy one at first. Like, he kind of like tiptoed around it. Like, if I was going to build one, this is what I would get. And then all of a sudden it was like, this is what I'm getting, hopefully later this year. So,
well, so guys, if you were interested, I did a poll question, and you were on the list of people would check your bumpers out. We got to get that number higher, though. It was what, 37%? Yes.
Yeah, but some people in the chat just said that they just weren't gonna be doing aftermarket modular bumpers.
Yeah. So lifestyleoffroad.com, you can get a bumper or a sticker. It's pretty neat. Like, the graphics go hand in hand. Luke generally designs all of our shirts and stuff like that. So go over there if you need anything like that. Luke, final words. What's going on? Anything good, man?
Well, so I just now noticed this. Oh, I can see that comment at least.
Yeah.
So Airplane Mike, that winch does not fit. That
I've
winch
had a couple
is
people ask that.
massive. But
Great winch.
it is a good winch, but spec for spec, if you get the winch that Dave has, you're actually going to get something lighter, and I'm pretty sure it actually has more power.
Yeah.
So the
And
Smitty
Kelly,
built.
where can they find that winch that we have?
On our Amazon link on alterynation.com, or you can check out our shop too.
See how this works, Luke? This is
Yeah.
look, I brought her in just for the sales.
Just for the sales. I don't add any other value, just the sales.
Well, and I don't sell winches at all, but those Smitty built winches are way overlooked in my opinion because they have a lot of power, they have a really good warranty, and they're light. Weight is a massive factor in a four-wheel drive truck when you're taking it out four-wheeling, and those weigh less than probably 95% of other winches out there.
And the cool thing I will say, and not selling anybody on this winch, but I didn't even realize it, that the controller has a light built into it. So the hand controller, mine has a light built into it. It has a light built into, so you can see the spool line.
Yep.
So, and you don't realize, like, doing night wheeling, how important that is when you can't really see how much line you have out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's got a lot of cool features, and it's still like $650. Like, it's not badly priced for a winch that comes with a full synthetic line too.
Yeah,
100-foot line too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had to get out in
Yeah, we had to really stretch it out.
We had to really stretch it out to get it reeled in tight.
Yeah,
that was an experience.
Yeah. Yeah, then Miss over here had it in drive. We told her to put it in neutral, and she just didn't realize
in neutral.
she was.
It's just not natural to put
I was
it in
like,
neutral.
man, there's no tension on this thing.
And I told Nestor, I was like, it's really awkward to take your foot off the brake and let your vehicle just go towards your husband. And he goes, and it's in neutral and it's pulling like that. I was like, yeah. And I looked down and I was like, well, shit.
She just turned it.
I did. I was like, it was actually in drive. And he goes, Dave, it was actually in drive. I was like, I know it wasn't just in drive.
And guys, when you put that's a big thing that's overlooked. When you put a new cable in your winch, do it under tension, like wrap around a tree or something and just sit there and spool it towards the tree.
We honestly should have videoed some of that so people could see how to do that.
Oh, definitely.
G Willikers did want to know when you're going to update the website pic with our Bronco versus the Lender first edition.
Soon. Like, I can do it while we're talking. So Luke,
was he talking to you or me?
I thought he was talking to Luke.
No, the first edition's the Lender was ours. First edition,
our website.
Yes.
Oh, my bad. Jeez. I totally thought it was. I'm a little Tito's in it.
Well, you're about to be toasted in.
I thought we were talking about Luke's now that he has bumper pictures.
Well, I know there was some hey, let's get these pictures on the website phone calls, and I was like, damn, all right. The rear bumper, by the way, I'm very impressed with that bumper, man. I like it a lot. Of course, you threw the prototype out there, and I know you took some shit for it, and it was like, guys, he didn't say this was what he was selling. He just said, here's the idea. And sometimes you throw these prototype ideas out there to go get comments about maybe there's some feedback that I didn't see that people want.
Exactly. And,
but I like that how you have the little pop out for the pods. If you want to do the pod lights. And of course I know we are not interested in doing pod lights, but I still like that little bump out that you guys do.
Yeah, it just adds enough dimension to give it, I don't know, give it a little bit of style, I guess. Because that's like, so whenever Nestor is designing something, we're constantly on FaceTime and we're constantly talking about it. I'm very involved in that part of the process. And the rear frame on that Bronco is just so goofy the way that it is.
It's very Toyota-like.
Yes. You want to cover the frame with your bumper, of course, but you obviously don't want a big gap between the bumper and the body.
Mhm.
And that bumper is just kind of tall. And you want it to kind of follow the body lines and everything. And I mean, going back again to using what Ford gave you as a platform, we just kind of had like this flat bumper built around, and it just looked weird. It
Right.
didn't. It was very boring, and it just looked kind of blocky. So I'm like, well, let's put some lights in there somehow. And the problem with putting lights in there was that the rear of that frame has the bar that goes all the way across. And so
Mhm.
it's like, okay, now we got to make room for lights. And then so we came up with those kind of diamond cutouts to bump out, and we're like, oh, that did it. We'll go with that. So it just kind of came together.
Well, I was happy that your bumper was put on my vehicle first. So
Yeah.
and it almost went home with us.
Yes. And dude, I was filming that video, and he had that. I was like taking pictures of the pictures you guys see of the rear bumper on Luke's site, or we'll post some. I turn around and he's so quick, he had it off. Like, I was like, because I was like, I'm gonna pull this out. We'll get some cool pictures out of the shop with it. And no, because he found that little tweak he was not happy
He was
about.
like, it's off. And then he had our bumper back on there like that.
Yeah.
That bumper, the hardest part about taking that bumper off and on is when you go to pull the sensor harness out. But even that doesn't take but 10 minutes.
Yeah, he did it in like a split second, and I was thinking, oh, but I know how harnesses are. Harnesses are not necessarily easy to get disconnected.
Yeah.
Yep. No, it's very easy to do that one yourself,
guys. So if you're coming to Celebration East, you can we'll have the Broncos. Your Bronco should be there back in time. Mine will be there. Hopefully I have maybe a couple more things from Lifestyle bolted onto it. We'll
bolt them on there.
Sure, why not? But we'll have, there's gonna be 2 Broncos displayed, so you guys can see it in the booth. And obviously you'll probably have some other things that I would hope you'll have some of those ready rails to sell.
Rock rail?
Like, yeah.
Oh.
No.
No, you're talking about the Bronco rail, the dash rail,
the dash thing.
Yep.
Whatever they call that. I can't keep up with it.
We'll have all sorts of stuff.
But bring the Alpha. I've named Luke's bumper, by the way. He just doesn't know it, but it's now the Alpha bumper. But guys, if you have any questions, go over to Lifestyle Offroad. Email Luke. Let him know. Like you're very willing to listen to feedback as well. So one last question.
Yeah.
Brent says, which
winch? He was asking which winch again because he was
the
late to the
bill.
party.
It's on our website. Go to allterrainnation.com. It's on the website.
And Luke, your 2-slot Bronco dash rail is $24 and the 3-slot is $32,
which is ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
Like, I know people are 3D printing them. I don't want 3D print gets brittle.
Yep.
Yes.
I want metal.
Yep.
Or carbon fiber like our 67D has.
God.
It's a little too fancy for me right now.
I know. But hey, also one thing, guys, I love bolting stuff on, but let me tell you, when you have a lift and you have 2 guys that are lifting bumpers and throwing them on your vehicles real quick, if you're in Florida, go see Nestor, give to Shadow Wolf, because dude, they had us in and out like it was nothing.
Now he is super busy, so he does have to sneak you into his schedule, but it was stupid quick. And it's funny because I told Nestor this, you'll get a kick out of this, Luke, is like, we've wrenched on our vehicles for so long because nobody else knew what to do. And like the fact that the Bronco has the easy button essentially of being able to be like, oh, this fits for our vehicle. Oh,
it's strange
it's
to
just
find
easy.
things
It's just really, really strange to find. And I told Nestor, it's kind of funny because it's kind of made me a snob, because used to be, oh, I'll just buy something off of Amazon, see if it can fit. But I'm not like that anymore. I want quality in this vehicle.
Yep. Well, my garage is currently full of parts to go on my truck because I can. I mean, and the thing is the market isn't saturated yet. There's still people trying to figure out how to make things. There's still a lot to come out for these, but I've already had 3 different sets of fender flares on my truck. I've had somebody wants to
Hi,
make an appearance.
Koa.
It's definitely a whole new world. Rather than, I mean, for me, it used to be going to grab, I don't know, 100 pounds of steel and seeing what I could come up with in 3 days, and now it's buying 10 boxes from whatever website and bolting it on in the weekend.
Right. Well, it looks like it's playtime, man. So we'll leave you be. I appreciate you being on, guys. Go see Luke over there and just at least go check out
LifestyleOffroad.com.
Yeah, to go check out what he's offering. So, Luke, till next time, buddy.
Okay.
Later, man.
See you guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, there you go, guys. I appreciate him. I appreciate him being on so quickly because I'd hit him up last minute. But all right, guys, it's back to Dave and Kelly. And Kelly, I have a surprise. So
you do.
I gotta bring these out. So we got that, and it's Valentine's Day. So
only the finest for us.
Only the finest champagne, and I'll probably kill somebody trying to do this.
Because I usually do it. Can you do it? Can I do it?
Nope. But
don't spill it.
And it's kind of a cheers for our family here as well. Gentlemen or ladies, if your significant other is like, when you're going to stop looking at the computer screen or whatever you're watching this on, I want to say cheers. And cheers to my beautiful wife. And it's happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
everybody.
Valentine's Day.
Oh God, I love that.
It's the best.
It is. It's like Kool-Aid.
And unfortunately, it's not very cold because
I had
one of our children may or may not have tried to ruin our fridge last night.
Yeah, well, it's a
garage fridge, but it's really not a garage fridge.
That's Refrigerator Nation. That's a different channel. Kelly, what do we got going? I know you were highlighting all kinds of things, and we're going to end this show with us talking to our friends here in chat. So
Jay Zen says, kiss, kiss, kiss. Funny, we actually usually do kiss 3 times.
Yes.
It's our thing.
It is kind of our thing.
Bye, Airplane Mike. Have a good evening.
Yes, sir.
And you're welcome for answering your question. Honest said, smile, Kelly. I'm bored too. I wasn't bored, but I was actually like looking through the questions, making sure I wasn't missing anyone.
Sorry, Honest. I like, we don't get any kickbacks from Luke doing well or not, other than I just like to, if I'm into a company, I'm into a company like the whole 67 designs thing. I get nothing from that other than the fact that
I know Omnipotent Alon is telling you all about it.
But no, really, like, if I'll be honest, if there's companies out there that hit us up to want to do business, and if I haven't used your product, I'm not probably going to recommend your product.
I will say we do potentially, I won't name names, but we do potentially have a company coming up that is potentially willing to allow us to buy a product before it hits the market at a substantial discount, is what I've been told. So we will still be paying for it, but it will be discounted. And we will let you know if there is ever a point where that happens.
And we don't need these now.
I guess we don't. Thank you, because I get tired of these.
I know, I do.
I get tired of hearing myself.
Well,
in that regard.
So let's get to the questions.
I know
here.
Dr. Simple Beauty is gone, but she said, "Hey, I purchased one of your shirts. Does that pay for a new bumper?" LOL. It sure helps.
Yes,
it sure helps.
Helps pay the bills.
Yes, it does.
Curious. Oh, there you are. Curious, looking to upgrade to 35s, Nitto or KO2s, pros or cons? Well,
I'm personally a KO2.
We're a BF Goodrich family. It's Michelin. Michelin probably makes the best tires in the world. I know, Michelin, the pilots for racing or for sports cars is where you want. I like them a lot. Nittos look cool, but I've just found that they wear fast, and I haven't tried some of the new stuff. They've got some new terrain grapplers or something. I forget what they're called. I'm interested in, but we're probably on the Bronco. We'll probably go to KO2s. I'm still flipping a coin if do I want KM3s on it, some heavier duty mud tires. So we'll see on that.
Bird Dog Overlands has got that thing ready for Windrock now.
We're getting in. We're inching closer.
We're getting there. We
so
are getting
the
there.
build is kicked off now on what we're doing with ours. We've done some mileage tests. Obviously, some interior quality we can do whether it's lifted or not. So the build, all these parts are going on. So
yep. Christopher Keller says, have you checked when your engine was built? Are you a 2.7 danger zone for dropped valves? I don't believe we are. We're October, and I'm pretty sure it's like June or July to it's like an August. So it's like a month and a half.
I still
window.
will be honest. Like
we will keep an eye on
hit
it.
4,500 miles on it, and I wanted to kind of get in it today, but that was in the back of my head a little bit of like,
don't blow the engine.
Yeah, let's get a few more miles on it. A few more fun miles.
So they had a whole conversation based around
I saw
your
that.
T-shirt,
I
by the
saw
way.
it, man. They were talking about yes, in AM 700 in Cincinnati, man.
Jeffrey Babb says, just got to tune in. Any movement on Ice Mountain? Well, since they're shut down this week, I don't anticipate that there's any movement on Ice Mountain.
I hear it's melting. No, I hear they are moving some out of it. I'll be honest, getting some updates for that stuff is just hard. Any resources I have up there for that stuff, because they move them from the factory, and Ice Mountain is a few miles down the road. So it's just, I don't get much kind of heads up on what's going on there.
Just to finish out, our WKRP was based on a real rock station in Cincinnati. Go Reds.
That's right, man. Well, 700, what WLW 700, I think is the station. Fun station. Or they used to be. I don't know if they're anymore.
Mobile Moto's holding out. He says, I know how to do sliders mounted to the frame, but I'm keeping it to myself.
You sir, make that $1 million.
Do it. Bird Dog Overland says, love Tito's. Kelly has good taste in vodka. I know.
She is a snob with her booze.
I am a snob. Between that and Grey Goose. Just depends on the day. Depends on the paycheck.
Yeah, really. Tito's is a little cheaper than Grey Goose.
Yeah. Tito's a little more sit in the family bar and I drink on. Grey Goose is more of like the special.
Yeah, we have some family that will come through our bar and just wipe the good stuff out and not enjoy it.
Yeah, our adult child last night goes, what are you drinking there? And I said, Tito's. And he says, you're holding out. And I said, it's mine. Yeah. He asked me last night. He says, where's the vodka? I said, not for you.
Well, he's still in that phase.
He drank all that pink Amsterdam or
he's
some
in this
BS.
phase of like this weird, I'm not going to spend a lot of money
because he's 24. So
he doesn't have good friends like you guys.
No.
Let's see what else we got going on here.
And Peugeot says 3 Broncos at my dealership had markups of $15K. It was a obscene $60K for a big bend.
There's no way in hell I would pay $60,000 for a big bend. Now, granted, a Bronco is a Bronco. The body of it, there's nothing different between that and, well, I can't say the Raptor because those fenders. But you can't.
Don't hate for those that appreciate said Bronco Raptor.
I appreciate what it's about. Those fenders are hideous. But I think I just can't pay that for, just kind of the redheaded stepchild of the Bronco world. Like I'd rather see people get a base with a Sasquatch or something. And you guys know how I feel about base. You shouldn't get Sasquatch, but I'd rather see that and then do away with Big Ben. And at some point I think they will.
Blueford says, my sales guy at Beeman Ford and Dixon says they are going to sell all ordered Broncos for MSRP always because of what Ford said about the markups.
Nice,
good to know.
man.
That might be where our second Bronco comes from.
I got a feel we're going to see old Mitchell.
Oh, that's true.
I like Mitchell. I have no reason to not like Mitchell, but
sure.
I kind of like Mitchell.
Mark King says, with my build date pushed to mid-March, I doubt I'll have it in time for Supercell. Is it still worth attending?
Yes.
Yeah, we went in my Beamer last year.
Yeah. So the cool thing with Supercell, well, obviously there's going to be all kinds of aftermarket companies and stuff. For one, you get to see a bunch of cool vintage Broncos. They always have a bunch of that stuff. I think we saw almost one of every generation there. I may have saw if I may have missed one.
Sorry, I have to parent from my phone for a minute.
But so you get to see a little bit of everything like that. You get to meet, and I'm nobody to meet, but you get to meet me and Kelly. There's always, I know, Early Bronco Nashville, I think's the channel's name. He's one of the big hosts of this thing.
His videos all over the
super
website.
Nice dude, man. And he does some stuff. He's the plaid shirt guy for Bronco Nation, which he to me is the good how-tos. He usually does those. Bronco Nation's usually there in full force. Ford last year had Broncos that you could ride around in. I have no reason to believe they won't do that again this year. Plus, you're going to get to see a bunch of people the way they've modified their Broncos now.
Honestly, the Bronco Nation booth and the Ford booth were, I mean, the Ford booth was on steroids at SEMA, but it was comparable to what we saw in SEMA between the two booths that they had.
But Bronco Nation at Celebration East blew them away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At Supercell versus SEMA, I anticipate that if you missed SEMA, I anticipate you'll have a good experience at Supercell.
Yes. Let's see.
Oscar Ibarra says, I'm going to have 5 people in the Bronco on Wednesday. We're traveling from LA to Vegas. I'm doing off-rodeo Friday, hoping to have comfortable trip, amazing time at the event. I think you're going to.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on how big your 5 people are. I mean, what's it, like a 3-hour drive from LA or 4, something like that?
Yeah,
so
it's
I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. Just cup holders.
Yeah, yeah, that was this thing when we stopped. Our daughter was like, "Can I get something to drink?" And I was like, "Yeah, but it has to be a bottle because remember we don't have cup holders."
Where did we stop?
Buc-ee's. We
stopped at Buc-ee's 4 times. I think it's the Disney of gas stations.
It is.
Put it that way.
We did eventually, like our last stop. I told Dave, I was like, "Can we not eat a meal at Buc-ee's because we've eaten 3 meals there this last couple of days." Iconic Bronco Raptor says, I got the Bronco Raptor golden ticket.
Nice.
Yay.
Hopefully
that's a good timing to end our poll.
Yes. So what was the question for the poll, Kelly? Is it
gotta wait for it to load.
Wait for it to load.
The question was, if you opted in for the Bronco Raptor, did you get your the golden ticket essentially?
And
60% said no, 39% said yes.
Well,
so out of 23 votes,
doesn't add up, but okay.
23 votes. That's actually pretty good.
No, I'm saying that it should have been 60-40. Seems like.
No, you got to think about 23 is a weird number.
Yeah, it's true.
Congratulations, iconic Bronco.
Yeah,
Raptor.
that's awesome. I mean, if we would have had an extra reservation, I would have tried to go in for one. Why not? Because
what's the worst case you opt in?
Enjoyed it for a month or so and sell it.
So that being said, let's talk about Raptor for a second of what we learned over the weekend. So I hate
calling it Raptor.
Well, it is what it is.
Know.
So if you have not seen it, Bronco 6G actually has some really good information out there about what to expect with the Bronco Raptor rollout. So if you opted in and you got that golden ticket, you are going to find out in March what the rest of the steps mean. So your dealership has been, so here's some trickiness. So your dealership is going to keep your allocation in the event that you decide that you do not want your Bronco or your Raptor. So if it does not affect their allocations. It is a complete separate allocation. But in the event that you decide that you do not want a Bronco Raptor any longer, the dealership keeps your Bronco allocation and is encouraged to offer it to their longest waiting Bronco orderers first.
Which, guess what? It's probably the dealership.
You know what that means.
The dealership's going to say, well, that's what
because they can mark it up if it's their own allocation.
Sure.
So there's a lot more to be said about how this is going to do. And then they're expected to deliver summer of 2023.
Which is
2022, excuse me.
I hate to say, at the rate they're going right now, and there will be some priority put on getting Bronco Raptors out. Yeah. At the rate they're going, I wouldn't expect August, September, to be honest, to see those. Now, I'm hoping they left summer. Summer's a pretty wide 4-month area, but I hope that. But, we've got the red-headed stepchild of the bunch now is Everglades, the billboard, as I like to call it. Because, along with that, they launched Everglades at Chicago Auto Show, which we kick ourselves for not going to. So I knew Raptor would be there, and Ford kept quiet about Everglades when they were going to actually launch that. And my gut told me it was going to be there, and we would have definitely brought you guys live coverage from that. And it came down to we needed to get this bumper too, and it just was poor timing.
Well, and for us to be able, remember, guys, we talk about all the time. We still have day jobs.
Yes.
So we only have so much vacation time. My job, I cannot take unpaid time. He can take unpaid time within reason. So I have to have the time to allocate it. So we've got Supercell in April. We've got Moab in June. We've got Tawa in October, maybe April sometime. We're not really sure. We've got SEMA on the books. We've got a lot of travel scheduled for this year. So we really kind of, when the universe gave us the sickness, it had to kind of keep us from going to Florida the first round that we were planning, and pushed us to into our Chicago time frame. It kind of actually was a blessing in disguise. Could have put a couple more days on our calendar.
That's a tough one to say.
It is a tough one. So just so you know, we've got a lot of travel coming up. So that's a part of where we had a lot of balls.
And until like this becomes full time for one of us, it's just like unfortunately, we're slowly getting there. Like, because you guys support us so well, man. We're able to go cover some of these things. Plus, I know I want to get you to a off-roadio as well.
Yeah, I'd like to.
I have zero interest in going, but Kelly will cover it.
Yeah, it's probably going to be 2023 until that happens, though. Omnipotent Alon says, I'm in the market more for a back bumper than I am a front bumper.
Well, Omnipotent, they have, like, I put it on Instagram. If you go over to our, it's all_terrain_nation_media, because some jerk has All Terrain Nation. There is a picture of the rear bumper on there, and here, wait a minute, I'll pull it up for everybody. Here, drink your bubblies, and we'll do this. So let's see. Oh, Insta.
And if you guys ever see my redness in live, this is alcohol does it to me.
Yep. There it is.
I love alcohol, but alcohol doesn't love me.
It loves you. It just makes
a different way.
Pay for it.
That's true.
All right, let's share this.
Oh yeah, did you guys like how Dave is renaming their bumper?
Yes,
the Alpha.
So there is the rear bumper. I like it a lot. Couple features I like. Obviously, this kick out, it just makes it look interesting without looking too over the top. The tow hooks are a good placement for that. They're where the tow hooks would be under here anyways.
And this bump out does have to be there whether you want the lights or not, just because of the way
what's their design.
Well, and he said he needed more room behind there.
That was for the light. No, that was for the lights. Why they wanted that room. But they're also, I think they can do different light styles if you were interested in something more custom. The next thing I like, that this bar, it's hard to see, but this is a I want to say a 2-inch bar, the same bar they're using out front on the bull bar. And they designed it for a step. So you literally have a nice step there. And you can see they have the cutout ready to go for the if you have the tow. I have tow. They just had it off here because they were doing some testing.
It fits aftermarket tow.
Yes. No. It'll fit ours too. This was the cutout they did on that one. Like I said, they were prototyping.
Yeah. Currently at this point, they only prototyped for the aftermarket tow.
But it's they have it for the Ford tow as well. But they just, I don't know, I was gonna say it looks like it's on the ground there, but they have that ready to go. I like it a lot. If you look at the body lines as well, okay, you can see my mouse. If you look at how they've made, this is a big thing for them. They wanted it to match the body lines the way they come in. So that was a big thing for them. And even on I want to show the front, get a better picture. The front here, that was a big thing for them too. They wanted
Kelly's Bronco's looking sweet.
Well, Danny needs a hush. But the way they did the body lines, it just matches perfectly where the bumper stops, because obviously if you don't want this thing sticking way out here, and then you want to do the fender delete, and then it looks like you're an airplane flying. I want to say there's a better, there it is, multi-pictures. So you can see the way it stops there with the design, and I'm a big fan of it. Whether we got one or not, I just like the bumper.
Working my way back down the questions, guys. He took the mouse away, so now I have to catch up.
Yeah, we need 2 mouses.
Overlaying for Fun said Luke's YouTube channel is youtube.com/c/lifestyle offroad. Thank you for sharing. Bronco 78. So it was good to hear a little bit more about Lifestyle Offroad. And I will tell you, he's one of the funnest guys.
Yes. When you hear him
and
laugh,
his wife is a badass.
yeah, she's a badass driver.
She's a badass.
But when he'll get laughing, and it's just hilarious to hear him laugh.
Andrea said Recon grapplers.
Oh, that's
boat.
the ones I was talking about. The Recon grapplers. They look interesting.
Cigar Texas said KO2's chunk out bag, in my humble opinion, when it comes to the oil field workers that I know Ditto and Toyo have the best rubber.
Yeah. I do know that the KOs were great, but they did go to a slightly softer compound with the KO2s, and that's probably a part of it.
I wonder if it was the weight on your Cigar Texan. Trash 2 sets of KO2s and 7,000 miles, barely doing a thing in my F350.
E-rated tires, you probably no issues there.
Was in production since 12/9, finally got built and shipped on the way to the dealer. Yes.
Nice. I know Blueford was around that same time. It took forever. And it was a chip deal. It was just for whatever reason, it just caught up with them there.
Mobile says he got about 40K out of his KO2s.
The old KOs, you could get 90,000 miles out of it if you rotated them properly.
My KO2s are still sitting on Francine down in Florida.
You have KOs on there that you got quite a few miles on.
Yeah, but I mean, even the KO2s are still looking good on it.
Yeah, I put KO2s on hers because I wanted to try out the new tire, and I sold the other ones for a pretty good deal. Let's see what else we got going on here.
Big Ben went for 68K at auction in October in Chicago.
It's ridiculous, man.
It is crazy.
What do you think? Well, do you think Bronco 78 said there? Oh, go ahead.
Jay Michigan says, why hating on the Big Ben? You can get a Bronco for 39K.
Can you? Because I keep seeing them for 60.
Mm-hmm. Even CarMax has them. Like, I was looking last night just out of curiosity, just to see kind of what was out there. Mm-hmm. And the lowest one they had was like 56K or something. And it was a Big Ben Bronco.
Jay
had like 3K.
There's certain things. I look at things as an industry. Sometimes I'll bring the fan side of it and the industry side of it and kind of hopefully come to a middle ground. But I just don't think that model does much as Bronco as a whole. So you have base, which I've said this many times and I always take shit for it. And I welcome it because it's just my opinion versus y'all's. That base should just be strictly a base. That's it. You want a base, you get a base, and that's all you get. Then I think they should be the Outer Banks / Black Diamond. And then you have the Badlands and then Wild Track. And then even anymore, Wild Track doesn't make sense because it was supposed to be the Desert Runner. Well, now we have a Raptor. There's just too much redundancies, in my opinion. So I do think eventually you do see base or Big Ben go away. Then because you've only got so much, they're coming at this thing fast. They're trying to catch up to where Jeep is today with all the Jeep models you can get. It's just they're flooding the market with they're getting a lot of new buyers for this style of vehicle. Some Jeep people, but it was, I think, a lot of just people who were interested in a convertible SUV like this was like, oh, that looks cool. And it's a throwback vehicle. So now you've got Everglades and all these things. You're just kind of going at it too fast. So that's why I think maybe one of them eventually goes away.
Oh, Mobile Moto said Bronco Nation and Ford as if they're separate entities. Yes. That is word on the street.
Bronco 78. Pull that one up there.
It's there.
Okay. Do you think they will have the Raptor and Everglades at Supercell? I do think they will have those there. And then maybe they do rides in Raptors.
Maybe. I don't know. They've surprised me before, I guess. Mobile Moto says if I'm going to buy a strip model, it isn't going to be a Big Bend.
And that's the thing. We looked at Big Ben. If you look at what you get of a Big Ben versus base, you get the grab handles on the center dash. There's a few things that you get, but it's not really a lot. I mean, and you can get a Sasquatch with either of them. If you price difference, what do you really like? You can buy those handles cheap.
Yeah. Steve Riley Picture says, how long did it take you to get a VIN?
Well, our story, Steve, if you're still on here, is
a little different.
Yeah. We, day 3 reservation in May of last year, I pulled out because I had inside sources saying, hey, there's a lot of top issues. And we had a hard top at the time. By August, we went to cover the, what is it?
Dream Cruise.
The Dream Cruise.
Woodward.
Let's get that messed up. And that's when they announced the new colors, the hot pepper, cherry red, atomic, whatever,
and Everglades
and the
eruption
green. And they were doing away with rapid red, and rapid red was the color that we agreed on.
the only color that we could 100% agree on.
I wanted cactus gray, honestly, and you didn't. And
are you glad you didn't now?
No, I love
it's
our
flooded.
color. Yeah, no, I love our color. I still like that color though. If I order a 2-door down the road, it would probably be that color.
Really?
Yeah.
CG?
Oh yeah. But so we put it back in. We were a black diamond at the time. Kelly decided, like, you saw the sway disconnect and all that, and was like, I really
At
want
Supercell
that.
East.
And who am I to say no? And
because it came with some Morph One toys.
Yeah, and so we decided to jump up to the Badlands, and we just switched to a soft top, and that was it. 2.7, everything we weren't supposed to be able to get. And 3 days later, we had a build date.
Yeah, Monday. So the Saturday of it was the Friday of the Dream Cruise. They announced it and said, "Hey, these are the new colors." Saturday, we were texting our sales representative, said, "Hey, how can we do this?" Monday, it was officially put in as a D9. We removed the 99 status, changed to a soft top on Monday, the 20th. We had a build date by the 23rd because we were just next in line of the dealer allocations. And then that we had a build date for 9/27 at that point. That was August 23rd. And then we were pushed the week of 9/27 when our window sticker did not show up. And our official build date was 10/28 was our blend date.
And then we waited and waited and waited about 3 weeks.
And Paul Sapp had us pending and pending and pending and pending.
But as far as the VIN, it came pretty quick. When we got it, we got 3 days later, we got that build, and then we got our VIN. And then, yeah, it didn't take very long. We just, after that, the information just wasn't solid.
Yeah. So I tell everybody, don't trust your tracker. Don't trust. For us, we didn't even trust Paul Sapp because we got a text from our sales rep and said, "Hey, isn't this your VIN?" And he was taking a picture of our truck in the parking lot, and Paul Sapp still had us pending for shipment.
Yep.
So that's our story. Everybody's is different, it seems. Some people have really great tracker experience. Some people have really great Paul Sapp, Convoy, whatever experience. Ours was not one of those.
Yep. Adam Weber. Hola, ATN, Everglades, more extreme off-road capable. Okay. Yeah, you're getting more, but you're getting less. It's the weirdest thing for Everglades because we've tracked this for a while. I did a couple videos on it. The snorkel, I think, is hideous. It's just
I see the reasoning why they did it.
I just it's like somebody from a factory came up with a snorkel, not maybe always understanding what the reasoning for the snorkel is. And there's too many bends in it to get air as smooth as possible flowing to the engine, which I'm not saying it'll hurt anything. It's just for me, what I would use a snorkel for. I want as few bends as possible so the air is flowing fast, like a cold air intake. You don't see any cold air intakes with 14 bends in it. Like Kelly said, it had to go over the mirrors that are attached to the body, is what it is. I found it odd that they would only include the 4-cylinder. That was kind of a head scratcher. I know why, because they're building that engine at bigger volume than they are the 2.7, because it also goes in the Ranger. I think it's kind of lame. They were like, "Oh, this one has 3 more inches of capability of a water forging." You know how they did that? They extended the breather tubes 3 inches on the diff, front and rear, and the transmission breather tube. That was it. I'm not a big fan of the wheels. Personally, I'm crapping on it, but these are my personal opinions. I think it's cool that they're offering different things. I think the square fenders look cool, but I think I wanted to get some. I would have got it if we were there too. When I see one, I want to get pictures of the actual fenders from the inside, because I think, don't hold me to this, but I think it's the same round fenders that we have on normal Broncos, that they've just adapted that square looking fender to.
Yeah, that's what we talked about a little bit on the live, is that's where I think it is, because I know manufacturing, it's much easier to adjust your plastic molded things that you are attaching to a vehicle than it is to
Stamp it.
change
Yeah.
your stamping of metal.
The stamping's expensive.
I don't personally have experience, but coming from an
Oh, I've-
automotive house and him
Yeah.
having worked in
I
the
worked
industry.
for Nissan, and I watched them stamp many cars.
So
It's really cool, by the way.
Mobile Moto says if I could get a hold of a base, I'd gut it and make it a trail rig only, zero electrical other than making of the motor function.
That's that. I mean, I know I crap like, or it sounds like I'm crapping on base. I just think that it should be a base. If you're calling something a base, and I know that it's the cool, well, you can get Sasquatch packaged on anything. Brilliant marketing. But I just, like I said earlier, I just think they're flooding the market with too many of the same thing.
So with that being said about the Everglades, what was I going to say? Dang it. Oh, champagne and
I know.
vodka.
We got Goofy Kelly now. Watch out.
I'll be back. We'll come back to that.
I do. You know who I do find cool about the Everglades? The little Sasquatch in the water on the side of it. It's just really, really cool.
Oh, so that was let me
What's that, Bronco Wild
Let me get it
Outdoors?
before I lose it. So I'm sorry, but I don't care how much you prepare this brand new vehicle for water crossings and water everything else. You are still talking about a 2022, 2023 electrical based vehicle.
Mhm.
Like water and I don't get along because it causes gremlins in now older vehicles. I get it because you're much more nuts and bolts and everything else, but when you start bringing electrical in everything, you're asking for trouble.
Maybe I put faith in that. That doesn't bother me as much as I call Everglades the billboard, by the way, because that sticker on the side of that thing makes no sense. Oh, it's topo of the Everglades, and you're like, who effing cares?
Yeah.
Like, you could have put a little topo map on the bump out of the hood, but it's a big fucking billboard on the side of this thing that doesn't make any sense. It's like they see all the overland guys, and we're bad about it. We have topography on our wrap that we're gonna do. I just like it.
Spoiler alert.
I'm doing the whole vehicle.
Yeah.
Like it blends, and a lot of overland guys like to do that. Put on a vehicle, some topo of where they like. It's goofy. For what? I don't like. They could have made that Everglades badge as like the old throwback Bronco badges that were going around. Put it on the side of the vehicle. That would have been freaking awesome. No, they chose a billboard that I guarantee you 80 to 90% of the people peel right off. Like they don't want that on those vehicles.
I disagree with your percentage because I don't think it's going to be that many people, because I think some people are going to like the idea that I'm broadcasting that billboard of this is an Everglades.
I think
rolling down the road.
I think when you see this in person, that changes your mind, because I think if you see how much real estate that sticker is on, you're going to be like, well, that's goofy.
Maybe. Might be. Mark Cena 26 says, aren't they having issues building them because of how big they are? I'm assuming he's talking about the Bronco Raptor.
Well,
going down the line
that was
through
an
map.
early excuse of why we couldn't get painted fenders. But here's the thing is, Outer Banks, molded, painted, whatever you want to call them, fenders, they don't paint those going down the line with the rest of the vehicles.
Right.
It's off-site made.
Dr. Simple Beauty says, everyone, you think that the 2035 you'll have to pay an emissions tax if you keep your gas trucks, because California is doing that whole emissions by 35.
Joe Rogan just had a guy. I want to get his name right, because it's I know you were kind of falling asleep to it, but it was getting really, really good. So he had Stephen E. Coonan on, and he's a what was it? He was a chief scientist for BP. And
we know Rogan is a hot topic for some right now too.
But dude knows his science as far as environmental science, and he gets into it's beyond my knowledge.
That's why I was kind of falling asleep.
But he gets deep into why some of that stuff's not going to work. And I'll believe California can say all this stuff they want, but I think there's a day of reckoning, and I'm not getting political at all. I just think one side versus the other are both extreme. There's middle ground to be had, but I think they're going so far the one way eventually that state's going to have to see all the homeless issues they have and be like, hey, time out before we worry about the gas engine. Let's fix our state.
Believe it when we see it.
But yeah, definitely.
Honest says, happy Valentine's Day. It's official. The Bronco is yours.
Honest, it is not.
Thank you,
Kelly's
Honest.
Bronco.
It is my Bronco, and everybody knows it.
Jackie Daytona is not Kelly's Bronco.
It's not Jackie Daytona.
Yes.
It's either Rebecca or Boss Bitch. I haven't
No.
decided yet. I haven't decided yet.
No.
It's not Jackie Daytona. I'm going to tell you that right now.
He's going to get a sticker on the side. It says not Kelly's Bronco, and it's fucking name.
When's my
Jackie
license
Daytona.
plate come in?
I think it's in. That says not hers.
Jay Michigan says, I got one for $38,980 plus tax and delivery. Maybe I should sell it.
Hey man, congratulations.
Yes.
I sound like I'm pooping on the Big Ben. No, if you can get at a price that you like that, no, do it. Like Big Ben, for whatever reason, I can't figure out if it just dealers didn't order it or nobody ordered it initially. Why they were flooding dealers with and you got the same lame excuse. Oh, this order backed out. Jesus, they only backed out on Big Ben.
I think the investment was less, so the dealers bought
they
had some more champagne.
Of course, Ford wanted these things out. So congratulations on that. It's a Bronco is a Bronco is a Bronco. Other than a few,
if we are building, we're not building them, or
Yes.
we're not building is all we're trying to say.
what's Revy? Go.
Revy asked about ATN tax stickers, decals for your website so I can put on my Bronco. So I actually just messaged Luke and trying to get the ones that you actually want.
Oh, so Revy was
The
the one
black.
that black.
Because Revy, you're the one that wanted the black tack, just black plain, right? If so, I just told Luke I need two to let me know because he weaves them for
But
us.
we will.
But we've got to find them.
honestly the tax stickers I've been saving for Celebration East. So,
But we will get.
they'll be on the
Thanks.
website. They'll definitely be on the website.
Matt Danner says build date keeps getting pushed for Outer Banks. Today's email
Aw.
pushed to April.
And
ordered in August.
Matt is part of our
Matt's a
old
former
Xterra crew.
Nissan family member too.
Matt is an excellent dude.
Yes, he may or may not have rescued.
Oh, Gunner.
Gunner's pretty amazing.
Gunner was tell me that little story real quick.
So-
while I'm trying to do something.
We're on the trail and Matt Danner's on the trail and all of a sudden this dog just comes running up the trail and like we don't know it yet, but he's like riddled with worms and just sick and like was just sick. One of the people on the trail ends
Part
up
Chihuahua
taking
looking dog.
Yeah.
Terrier.
yeah, something. Ends up somebody on our trail actually that lives somewhat locally actually ends up taking him home that night and just gets him kind of checked out by the vet and everything. And Matt says, I'll take him home. And Matt lives in New Jersey, by the way.
And I honestly, that dog was coming home with us. I love that little dog.
I'm so glad Matt took him though.
You got a good
because
home. Excellent home.
He got an excellent home. Matt now has another pup that has an excellent home. So Matt's an awesome dude. I don't know how much financially you spent on taking care of your home
He bought a house because of it.
after Gunner had some separation anxiety and things. So Matt's done an amazing job with that pup, and he's one of our favorites ultimately.
Cigar Texan got confirmation 3 used first editions. The local reseller did for $100K each over the last 2 weeks. I know a friend of ours, I won't say their name at the moment. They had an FE that got in an accident and it may be totaled, and their insurance is going to have to buy them another FE. So,
Yep. Omnipotent Alon says, I see black and blue on Dave's eye every single live. We just blame the alcohol too, Kelly.
she's mean.
Yeah, I'm just so abusive. Like, so abusive. MJL says, did the approach angle change with the front bumper install?
No, they were big on that about the approach angle staying the same. If you look at the way the skid plate is on it, no worries there at all. And even on the rear bumper, that was a big. I think he said it actually is like 2 more percentage that it was on the rear. So, and somebody commented on something. I posted a picture of the rear, and they're like, "Well, isn't the exhaust more exposed?" And for one, I plan on doing a smaller muffler that tucks a little better. But 2, yeah, it is slightly. But if you're beating the shit out of you're going to beat the shit out of your exhaust at some point if you're really wheeling hard anyways. And it's not a big deal to me.
Broken Lizard 03 says they're putting base tires on the Raptors to get them down the line. That would not surprise me from a height perspective. Personally.
I'm curious about where you're getting that information because I know it is wider. But the suspension on that's still pushing it out 3 inches no matter what. So could be though.
Chris Barr says happy Valentine's, y'all.
Hey, cheers.
All right, so we're back at it.
What was that one there? Oh, that was Mark. Mark's. I gotta support Dave.
I gotta find you. Where'd you post?
I think you can't. I was gonna say
It was 9:51.
I think they just look at us like they enjoy watching us to look blankly staring
Probably.
at the screen like where'd it go?
Where'd it go? How'd you say that again?
Like
there it is.
Hey, SpongeBob.
Oh, I hate that show. Corbin used to watch that show so much.
Thank you, sir, for
kid,
the
and I hated
support,
that.
and thank you for the new member we've got today as well.
Yes.
I've done the link a couple times out there. I hate having to sell stuff, but it is what it is. Kelly, will you copy that link one more time? And
Mark says, "Love you, Kelly, but Dave's my guy." It's cool. I have no holds barred.
Hey, she has her own fan base.
I do, and everybody tells you it's my Bronco.
All right, so this is a link to Teespring.
We're gonna eventually get All Terrain Nation put in there. We just
Yes.
haven't gotten to that yet.
If you're curious, we have Kelly. Where's your cup? We have some cups.
I rotate it the right way,
I wanted to try.
and it is metal.
We have. I was going to try to pull it up, but it's going to be finicky. But we have a couple things. Shirts.
Put that in there.
Shirts that you, if you looking for shirts, the cool thing about Teespring is you can get kind of different color shirts. So if you're interested in any of that, we do appreciate that. And share screen. Bam. Right there. I think, yeah. So F11. There we go. All right, so a couple different things there on that. If you guys are interested in, I'm supposed to have my my mug coming.
The cool thing is too is that we don't have to keep inventory, so
Yes.
it does not take you as long as it would for us to produce this ourselves.
And if there's any shipping issues, you have to contact Teesprings where they print it and ship it.
Yeah, because
directly.
everything goes through them. But and with that being said, if there's anything that you see, man, I kind of wish we had this. Definitely let us know. It's it's pretty simple for us to create products that they have. So we can definitely look into it for you to see if it's an option.
And after Super Celebration East, the new logo with our Bronco and the kind of tack behind it, we will have that shirt up here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's the last time I'm selling you guys on anything tonight. We got time for a few more questions, comments. Bring it, man. I'm curious. Are you guys into Everglades? I did want to talk about that a little bit. Jackie Daytona is awesome. See?
No.
Pavement Ends, you know where I got Jackie Daytona.
Bronco Wild Outdoors is joining us.
He's been in for a while.
Bronco 78 could be on the Everglades. Oh, sorry. You guys are having a side conversation.
But I like the 4-cylinder doesn't bother me. It's still a lot of horsepower for that thing.
Yeah.
Manual transmission. No, I get that. Like manual transmission guy, I love you, but you're a spec on Ford sales charts. And unfortunately, I love driving a sports car in a manual transmission. I don't want to drive an off-road vehicle in a manual transmission, but that's me. It's not you. So I get that they well, why are we not getting this? And where's the Sasquatch package for manual transmission? I haven't really paid much attention, but I haven't seen orders available for that just yet. Maybe they are, but I haven't seen it. But Everglades, cool. You're getting the tan color. Why they've got to stop promoting everything with freaking this green. Well, everything you see now is in this green, and I'm already burnt out on it.
I think they're trying to. There's so much of the the former fan folks that are wanting that Eddie Bauer
Mhm.
feel to it. So I
Mhm.
think they're trying to play to that
they
to the
want the-
masses instead.
There's a throwback. I forget the color, but there's definitely a
Yeah.
throwback green they all want with a
For
white
sure,
top.
because all the groups that I'm in, they're people, every time somebody posts something that looks like the Eddie Bauer, they're like, oh, I just love that. It reminds me of my childhood, Eddie Bauer,
Yeah.
Eddie Bauer. So I think they're trying to do that without saying it's Eddie Bauer.
When they've added those kind of tan stripes on the side, it really does look good.
Mhm.
I wouldn't want it, but it looks good.
YouTube Car Spotters Guide says some of us, all we can afford is a base. And again, there's no
Yeah.
shame in that game.
Just because I don't agree with everything, remember, I'm one person in in YouTube of millions. So
Mhm.
what we got here, Andy?
Adam.
Or Adam, sorry.
Adam Weber says, I reserved day one, then canceled in December with top issues on a two-door. Glad I
Mhm.
did. Re-reserved 321, ordered 721, pushed to model year 22, ordered 1023, pulled for production week 321. Hopefully skip Ice Mountain.
He ordered in 2031.
Shut up.
Sorry, Adam. I couldn't help myself.
He's beat a butthole. I am interested to see the sliding gate.
Will we ever see it? Because I wanted to, or we talked about that.
We
You
did
were
talk
very
about it.
interested in that, and I like that. That's just a factory option. You're like,
Yeah.
you teased everybody on all the shit that was coming, and then, well, that's 22, or that's like the colored top. No, that's a 23 option. What the hell, Ford? Stop teasing me with the shit that we got our 21, and now we basically can't have it.
Mhm.
Even when they come out with it, they're gonna be like, oh no, it's a factory only option.
Mhm.
I kind of wanted the tailgate. So, anyways, sorry.
You can read this next one.
Where at? It's Kelly's bumper on. Tim, you're about to get a timeout.
Nobody says it's yours. I'm just putting it
I
out
know,
there.
because they know it aggravates me.
Don Borshirt says, I wish I had mine. Now they're talking next year.
Hold tight, guys.
Yeah,
Like,
stay in it.
they're gonna, I think this spring, I know the Asian manufacturing has had a few hiccups with COVID, and they're shutting things down for 2 weeks. That's the hiccup we're in right now. So
Joseph Montalban says, is there any percentage of how guys like me that ordered a two-door Bronco 1/7/2020 still don't have a build date? You mean 1/7/21?
yeah, I'm assuming
Because you couldn't, yeah.
Well, even that it'd be 1/20 because that 20 was the opening date.
Well, even so, end of 21. So we've actually got several viewers that are two doors like yourself that are day 1 through day 3 reservation holders.
Yep.
Ordered with the first round, pushed to the second round,
reordered,
that are still kind of sitting in there. I'm still doing some research on it to try to find the percentage, the numbers, because I'm seeing people that are ordering in, I can't even tell you how many vehicles I'm in a couple of Bronco ladies groups or women's groups, and the amount of new ladies that are coming into these groups and saying, I'm so excited. I placed my order and I've got a build date, and they've not been around since day one. And it boggles my mind. It burns my soul that you've got these new orders that are being put in November, December of 2021 that are having build dates, and then they're mad that they're sitting on Ice Mountain.
And some of that we know is allocations across the country. They have to spread these out. They have to balance it across the country. If not, Texas and California, we got all the Broncos. We'd all been waiting. So there is this of that, but no, at some point I feel like there's a group of orders that just kind of got lost somehow in the computer shuffle. Yes, we just haven't been able to wrap our head on how to tell that story.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure it out. There's really no documentation on anything, so it's really got to be in a collection of data myself to kind of figure it out to come up with the best answer that I can for you. But do know you're not alone. There's lots of folks out there.
And hold tight, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I know the thing. There was some people were like banking on getting a vehicle because either their lease was coming up or whatever.
We were one of them. We didn't want to get quote unquote stuck with having a vehicle.
I feel for you guys. There's some tough choices. I know you have to kind of go, well, I have to get a vehicle. Make the choice that you have to make that works for you and your family. But hold tight to that order, because guess
Mhm.
what? There's still ways to flip that order, and I know that I don't like promoting that, but you kind of after being screwed over so many times, at some point, should you profit off of that and be like, hey man, you guys kept screwing me over?
I saw something. I lost it. Where did it go? Oh,
When is the next giveaway? I will gladly take Dave's hat and burn it. You are not getting this hat. The hat is not a part of the giveaway. 6K, guys, is the next giveaway, and I have a stack of Broncos slowly building up in here.
I'm still they're having side conversations, so it's tough to get through the
You gotta watch
questions.
the side conversations.
I know.
Jay Michigan says my dealer shared they are throwing any tires on the Bronco regardless of build to get them off the line to transport to Ice Mountain. I'll be honest, Jamie, I don't trust any dealer. They're not having tire issues of they can't get the Goodyears or whatever that they're being put on, but not all dealers are. They do get some information.
Doesn't mean that they don't. I was gonna say it doesn't mean that they don't have friends in high places.
Of course,
especially
just like we do.
Especially if Jay Michigan is in Michigan, it's very possible that said dealership could have friends in high places.
I like friends in low places.
That's true.
Of course, we're drinking champagne and not
We are drinking champagne. Shared that even if the chips come in, they still need to pull and correct the tires.
Yeah, maybe. You could be right.
Mobile Moto says, my dealer said drink. Need some long sleeve shirts. Whisper the word skin cancer.
Hey, I've had some
You
on
do
my
need
face.
to wear. You know what? I wonder. All Terrain Nation down the sleeve.
Can we have these conversations without our friends here?
No, I'm just. I mean, then you get an idea.
What we got here? T-Pock. Great name.
I expected to see you yesterday on the thingy, but I didn't see you.
How long does factory gas last? My Bronco is in hibernation mode since October. Wow. And I don't have the heart to run it in the salt. You'll be fine.
In other words, in the garage.
6 months, 8 months. You can go to your local parts store and there's some additive for gas that's been sitting around a little bit, and you'll be fine.
Jason said, if folks start getting their Raptor and me still waiting on my 2020 July reservation, my head's going to explode.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Jay, unfortunately, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you get yours as soon as possible, but there's going to be a lot of pissed off people about that. I guarantee you.
Bronco 78 says, I'm sure they're going to offer the 2.7 on the Everglades for the 23 model. I just think right now it's just a commodity restraint.
I would say you were probably correct on that Bronco 78. I mean, why would you not want that engine in there? Yes, and it's a smart move of going, hey, this is something we can get out.
I love Dr. Pepper says, I totally want the tailgate, but of course it's not available on the Badlands.
This is a Pib family.
No, we're not. We're Dr. Pepper family.
We're Dr. Pepper family. No, yeah, the tailgate just, I don't know why it has to be a factory option either.
I don't either.
Because it uses the same mounting points as
the only thing I can think of is they're making it a factory option right now from a commodities restraint,
maybe
so that they can manage how much is going out.
Could be.
Eric Jefferson, thank you for that super chat. So I'm torn. Get my Wild Track and sell my Rubicon JLU, or keep both.
Ooh.
You have to make that decision yourself.
Well, I would say the Wild Track is not the Rubicon.
Bye, Rob.
Bye, Rob. The Badlands would be more of the kind of a Rubicon if you want to kind of have both options. I mean, the Wild Track's cool too, don't get me wrong. But you don't get the sway disconnect like the Rubicon has. If you could, I mean, hey, I have a Jeep and a Bronco in the driveway. I really can't afford to keep both of them, so one of them's got to go. Jeep. I would keep both if you could. I think they're both excellent at different things. I've said that if you really want the ultimate rock crawling toy, Jeep is the way to go. Just the solid axles. It's a strong. It's just everything. It's simple. where it's not as complicated as the independent front suspension. But if you're worried, I drive ours on the road more than I drive it off road. Well, we haven't got to drive it off road yet, but the idea is I like to drive to the trail, do the trail, and drive home. So it's a comfortable ride. The independent front suspension on these things, everybody's drove independent front suspension. If you drove a pickup truck or anything, you know how they feel. Our Jeep wanders.
Mhm.
You talked about driving it to Florida last June or whatever you
And
did
it
a
was
trip.
stressful.
And it was all over the road. We drove it to Michigan. Didn't bother me, but guess what? I was an active participating driver with that, where you just keep a hand on the steering wheel and it goes straight. The Jeep, it does wander slightly. But I really think that the Bronco takes the best of 4Runner and Jeep and kind of merge those two to make the ultimate drivable rig. So
Rob Rule, thank you. I know you've already left us, but thank you so much for that super chat.
yes,
We
Rob,
appreciate
thank you guys for all the support, by the way. It means a lot because that stuff just helps us. The streaming software makes it better. It allows us to go cover things like the Chicago Auto Show. You have no idea how I'm kicking myself.
Oh, he was kicking himself something fierce.
Yes.
Something fierce. And we did have some friends that were sending us some footage from their experience up there.
Yes, some reporter friends. Mark,
wait.
sorry.
Bronco 78 says, I have a buddy that's getting ready to order a Bronco. He said he might go ahead and sell the Charger now and take advantage of the market.
That if you have a Charger, like if you have a car like that maybe is a garage toy, do it. Take it. Well, for one, in another year, you're not getting a V8 in a Charger. So
he said his only concern is that it would take him down to one vehicle between him and his wife. Going to be a long year. So I could see that.
Yep.
Totally
but
see
you
it.
could take some of that money, go buy a beater. Go buy a little Nissan Sentra for a couple grand or something like that. That, yes, sure, it's not the most manly vehicle, but guess what it does? It gets you from point A to point B very efficiently. And when you sell it, you probably still get the couple grand that you paid for it out of it. And there you go.
Mark Cena says, are they still sending goodies to those who've been waiting for their order? That's the only thing keeping me from backing out. LOL.
Yeah, because at some point you get a couple $1,000s worth of goodies.
Yeah, there's like a backpack or something I've heard.
Is it like a first aid kit or something?
It looks like a first aid kit. We started seeing them last week.
That's
in the groups.
People bitch about that, but I respect Ford for that.
I do too.
They didn't have to do any of that stuff. They could have just gave everybody, not the bird, but just been like, hey, we're doing our best. The poster I thought was kind of like, well, it's you have it and you enjoy it, but that was kind of like, knowing now that they sent the hammocks and stuff, you're like, well, that one didn't, no effort, low hanging fruit for that one. I would like to have that backpack. Thanks to one of our viewers, we got the Bronco family of Hot Wheels up there, which love that a lot. So thank you. We didn't get that because of, what was the reasoning?
Because it was there was some delay or something on a vehicle that there was problems with vehicles. They were sending those out to people that had problems on their vehicles. So
we've gotten everything now except for the backpack.
Yep. Omnipotent Lawn says, Kelly, sell your Bronco today for $23,739.91 over MSRP, since he likes those weird numbers so much.
Omnipotent, you're in trouble, sir. This is slowly turning into the Kelly show.
Hey, can't help it.
And we do, if there's any ladies in chat, we do want to have a ladies' night where it's just you hosting a bunch of Bronco ladies. So,
Thomas Stefanzo says, day one reservation. Finally got my two-door built on 1/22/22, stuck on Ice Mountain with a late May ETA.
The whole like people finally getting builds,
and then it's sitting.
And then it's sitting. But guess what? Here's the thing. Take. I don't know if it's solace or whatever the proper word here. Knowing that you're going to get it right when spring basically gets here. And guess what?
Oh, it's amazing.
You bought we wouldn't know. We know what fall was like. Late fall was like in it.
It was amazing on the couple 70-degree days I had with it.
You're going to get it at the perfect time. I know that's not what you want to hear. Everybody wants their vehicle now, but you're going to get it at the perfect time. So it sucks. And I hate that it's happened, but a Nissan Cube, YouTube car spotter said, yes, you can get a Cube.
I am.
Just don't tell anybody else. They'll do a video first.
Pavement Inn says, I got my 2-door bad squatch December 23rd. Merry Christmas to me. Curling. He knows is after our own heart.
Oh man,
we haven't gotten to watch enough.
Are you guys watching the Olympics? I find myself looking at the condition the Olympics are in. I can't watch it. Now we did watch a little bit of curling. When was that Sunday? Right before the Super Bowl, we were watching a little bit, and I love curling. We found out that Bluford, I think, told us that there's a curling in Nashville.
Yes.
And we're totally going.
Yep.
I don't know. I can't do that weird pose. Like, I want to throw that damn rock down that thing, and I want to see you out there going, because they make them grunt noises.
How'd that go again?
But they make those grunt noises with that broom. And then I want to try that damn broom. Like, you have no idea. I thought we were getting one here locally. I was so happy.
League.
And
he was going to join a league, and he'd never curled before.
I don't care. It looks. I had a friend from Canada was trying to steal me one of those rocks.
She or he may have said that they weighed about 70 pounds. So the challenge
26 pounds.
I thought they were having a challenge bringing them because they weighed so much. That's not an issue. I'm gonna need them to get it together and bring us a curling stone.
Do you go to the curling like arena or whatever, like the bowling alley? I guess it's a curling.
I'm sure
alley.
it's like buying a
Do you have to rent? Do you have to rent the special shoes?
Probably.
And do you have to? Is there like a you know how you have the bowling balls? If you don't own one, they're all in these things. Are there like curling stones, and you go grab one? You're like, oh, the handle doesn't feel right.
Probably.
And like, and then is there a curling bag?
If they don't, we're missing out.
Dude, there has to be. I'm telling you.
My gosh, so do you see how much he's thought this through?
I'm so excited. I want a curling bag, and I want to just smugly with my curling bag. I'm walking up to like
carry your 25-pound, 26
yeah, like
stone.
I'm the dude, man. But for curling,
or rock, I think is what they call them.
I do. I love curling so much. Never done it in my life, but I want to so badly. All right, sorry, that was Curling Nation. Let's see.
Hey, I mean it's all terrain. It's ice.
Well, that is true. Guys, sorry, I'm nerding out over curling.
At least it's not nerding out over the Eagles tonight, which we did ship out. We did sell and ship out.
Who was
that? Got to do the Jody. We've got to do the donation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm donating to my Eagles, which kind of like I don't know. I kind of want to do a.
So the Pavement End says you can wear a slip-on slide or hockey bags are the norm.
What? Where are we at?
Pavement Ends.
Hockey bags? No, I want bowling bags. I want the little handle.
He said the norm is hockey bags.
Okay. Do you have to have 2 stones?
Apparently. It's probably like bowling balls, because bowling balls you have to have multiple balls.
No, I have one bowling ball.
My dad had 2.
Well, your dad's crazy. I have one bowling ball. I bought it for unknown reasons, and I think we sold it in a yard sale.
What?
My
Yours?
bowling ball.
I don't know what we did with it. I don't know. Omnipotent Alon says my grandmother is a professional. The way she could get stains out of the floor with a mop, she'd win a gold medal at the Olympics.
Right. Mark Cena says, start curling those strings, dude. I'm a good glass or a shot and a half, or I don't know how much I poured, but
see, Mobile Moto says my granite inspection plate that is the size of a Bible is like 50 pounds. See, I think you're wrong on the weight.
All right, go to Wiki. Go to Wiki or whatever.
Type it. Weight of curling stone or rock.
Look at that.
There it is.
People wanted to know.
44 pounds.
Okay.
I told you it wasn't 26.
I don't know why I thought that's what they said. But how many
16
kilograms
are needed for a game in Canada.
So it cannot be greater than 44 pounds in weight and no less than 38 pounds.
So there you go.
So it is like bowling that you're like, So that means that there has to be in the league. Did you notice? I don't know if you saw this. Curling, they have these digital things on the handles now that are like something about when they hit it was a green light or something. I don't know. I'm fascinated.
We're
by
losing
it.
people.
Yeah, I know. They're like, shut up about curling.
Mark says start curling those drinks.
Hog hunting. Yeah.
Adam says he heard the backpack was going to 21 built but not delivered order holders. That makes
Bastards.
sense.
Those bastards. Their smugness of not getting Broncos.
Jason says if Kelly and Lady Friends take ATN viral, would that make ATN 2.0, Dave?
That just blew my head. If Kelly,
In other words, if I was so amazing that myself and the ATN ladies went viral
oh,
and made you irrelevant, would you open up ATN 2.0?
I need 1,000 subscribers, guys, and 4,000 at watch time to get monetized again. And then I would have to have a review channel of just bitching about you guys.
I mean, this is the second channel you've built, so why not make it 3?
Why not? Hey, man, always time for more. I have thought about doing a shorts only channel.
What?
Mhm.
Oh, that kind of shorts. I thought you were talking about like wearing shorts. And you and your freaking kilts makes me think shorts.
Short Nation over here. He's not only short, he wears them.
Oh God.
Go make children.
No, we don't have those parts anymore.
No,
I mean, we have the parts, but we don't have the factories.
I've been fixed, and she's been.
I've been fixed, so we're factories.
No more.
Our factories
kids.
are shut down.
No more kids. If that happens, we're looking at each other like, "What the fuck you been doing?" All right, I think I'm.
Which it's nowhere near possible for me.
Let's see.
If that were to happen, my gynecologist has some splaining to do because they're supposed to take all that out.
Yes. All right. So this has gotten good. Bronco 78.
Did you look up Ford Bronco Raptor?
What am I looking it up for?
I don't know.
Oh shit! Chair fell down.
I don't know.
I don't. What are we looking?
I
Where's
don't
that
know.
at?
Right here. I don't know if they're having a side conversation or what.
We're 4,500 miles from our Bronco.
I can look at the app and tell you.
Oh, congratulations, sir. I hope you got. I really do. Like, I hope that you understand. Like, some people didn't get Kelly being on the show early, and it's like you're just too aggressive today. Like, we're smart asses to each other all the time.
All the time.
And like,
we actually may or may not have gotten on each other's nerves a little bit this weekend.
Oh yeah, no doubt on that. Or her daughter like acted on.
We're at 4,518 miles.
And well, over 1,000 of those was this weekend.
At least, because I don't remember what we started at.
I have a picture of it somewhere.
Yeah, you took a picture somewhere.
I'm gonna do the 40.3 mile loop that we got these ridiculous numbers of miles per gallon on. I'm hoping to do that this weekend coming up, and I want to see if the bumper makes a difference on miles per gallon.
This should be interesting
Because we did notice a slight difference coming back, but
we're also climbing.
Elevation change.
I was gonna say I noticed that in the
Atlanta was kind of a
the
pain.
Gladiator when I was coming back.
So I want to do that. Obviously, we get ridiculous numbers on that. So curious what it'll be.
YouTube Car Spotters Guide says, how many years married? We have been married 15 years coming up next month.
Jesus, time for a divorce.
Wow. You didn't even never mind. I'm not going to go there. I beat the last wife. He was
Yes.
married for 9 years last
That
time.
was 9 horrible years.
I wasn't going to go there.
It was. I won't say it wasn't horrible.
I was going to say they weren't.
It just wasn't married for love.
There you go.
I married for love this time.
Funny thing is when people, people talk about, I mean, you don't talk about mortality truly, but you go, I tell
Cremation
people-
Nation all of a sudden?
No.
What's going on here? What are you telling me? Honey, you've got cancer. I didn't even know I went to the doctor for this. Oh, no, you have it now. Where are you leading with this? Shit, man.
I told people that I married for love this time. So next time I'll be looking for a sugar daddy.
So
what I said.
are you telling the audience like, hey, sugar dad, you're looking at Honest over there. I know what you're doing. You're like, hey, Honest. Get rid of I've got the Bronco and it's 4 doors. You'll have the 2-door, I'll have the 4-door, and there you go.
Omnipotent Elon says, Dave, you're still married to Kelly out of fear. We know the truth.
It is.
See, he's coming back around
is.
for you. coming back around.
She'll beat me if I file for no.
Yeah, it's funny that you guys sit with us like every week for like 3 to 4 hours, depending upon the night, and you
This
realize
is going to be a short night, by the way.
this was supposed to be, but then you pulled in
We've got
interviews.
righteous gemstones to wear.
Oh, we sure do. We sure do. Oh, and YouTube Car Spiders Guide, thank you for moderating. We appreciate it. I did see a couple in there that popped in, so thank you for doing that for us. Appreciate it.
Did we lose Nurse AJ?
She said she could only stay for about an hour because
V-Day?
oh, not Nurse. No, it was Nurse AJ said she could only stay for about an hour because she had an early day tomorrow. Don't you? He said wink twice, not drink twice.
Oh, I thought it said drink twice. Wow.
How much alcohol have you had to drink tonight?
Not enough, apparently.
Wow, what's left in there?
All right, guys. So we've went through a bottle of champagne now. You had a pretty good drink.
It's
I've had a
Ophiel.
pretty good drink.
It's Ophiel.
And so yeah, there we are. We're doing the show.
Mobile Moto says thanks for approving all my moderated statements.
No, of course, man. Mobile, I know it's all in fun. Hopefully you guys though yes, we do like this Bronco show and we'll do ATN shows from time to time, but hopefully we just have fun doing this. You guys seem to have fun with us and I appreciate all the support. She really doesn't beat me. But
there you go. That's
but
your extended
we have a blast doing this and we got a bunch of things coming up. We got wheel spacers coming up for the Bronco. We've got I can't say winch anymore because we have that.
Yeah. I
would definitely we'll get more pictures of that stuff. Hopefully the wrap's coming up soon. It's literally this and nobody super chat because of this. But some of it really has been. We've had a bad couple months. If you guys hadn't supported the way you have, like the channel wasn't, for whatever reason, YouTube hid my channel. As soon as we got our Bronco, we did really cool with those videos. And then they hid our channel, it seemed like.
Yeah.
So me and YouTube aren't the best of buddies right now because of they're hiding the channel. But because you guys have supported us so well, man, it's enabled us to basically go like pick the bumper up and stuff like that, to cover things we want to cover. Obviously, we have different vehicles coming up in the future. We have the Chevrolet Avalanche that we won't see for another
Avalanche.
Or I think it's
wow.
It really is an Avalanche. Let's be honest. But the Silverado EV that will be our next long-term test vehicle.
YouTube Car Spiders. That he did not say that for that. Thank you.
But I say thank you to you all, ladies and gentlemen, for supporting us. I don't like selling myself that way. I think Kelly would be the first to say I don't like.
He doesn't even use coupons.
I mean, obviously I want to do this for a job, but I don't like having to I mean, I love that you guys do the memberships and stuff. We try to do that as cheap as possible.
And I do have lanyards coming. They're in shipment. It's like anything else that's taking forever.
But you guys have been amazing to us, and we do greatly appreciate that. And we got to fix their for their these are 2-month people. See how their badges are back to the original.
Oh, is that why that is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
unless no, because Honest just re-signed up, right?
Yeah, but maybe it registers. Richard Tokarski says, keep talking smack, Dave. No Valentine's love for you.
Oh, well, Dave's drank enough. I'll probably be asleep in about 10 minutes.
It's true story. We won't even get to Righteous Gemstones.
Right. But I want to really heartfully say thank you guys for all the support. The channel was growing rapidly. And since December, it's taken a little bit of a hit. So, I'm not going to do something cheesy, anything to get viewers. I'm not going to just send it, anything like that. That's not our style. Obviously, we cover more than Bronco here as well. But you guys are the heart and soul of this channel. So I greatly say thank you. And, you know, hopefully this we're gonna have a good year. I
Mhm.
definitely, if you're on the East Coast, come see us at Celebration East. It's not some ego thing for me. I just want to hang out with my friends, and I consider you guys all friends.
And I hate that we didn't get to Chicago to have the meet and
Yes,
greet and stuff like
yes.
that too. So
yeah, definitely. That is a bummer. And well, it's Chicago. I didn't want to get shot, so there's that.
don't go there.
I'm playing, of course.
Mark Cenas says, pull out another bottle. This is getting more interesting than when we were abusing one another.
No, but I seriously thank you guys. You guys.
Cigar Texan, thank you for that.
In 1776, sir. Cigar Texan, I'm gonna have a cigar with you one of these days. And
he doesn't smoke cigars.
No, but I want to.
And Joseph, thank you so much for that super sticker. We appreciate you
Yes,
more
sir.
than you know.
Yes, sir. But please, I'm not saying this for that. I appreciate you guys just being here with us on the Monday nights. I've almost done the Monday nights. I want to say June will be a year of solid Monday nights. Do expect this though. The Mondays will change. We have softball season coming up.
Yeah, so it just depends on what happens.
So they may move to Tuesdays or whenever if we don't have a ball
We'll give you
game.
leeway though.
But
we'll let you know.
Drink much, Dave. No, and
he does get emotional when he drinks though.
Part of what you guys do.
Cover the faces.
We are softball coaches. Cover the faces. Sorry.
Well, they're not all our kids.
We are softball coaches, and we give money. Trust me, it costs us what, $250, something like that.
$250 per semester or per season.
Per season. We do spring and fall, and that money comes from you guys donating. So
and it goes to a nonprofit. I'm a board member on the board. I don't get paid to do that either. So that's
3 months. I will corrupt you with cigars. Yeah, I tried a long time ago. I just didn't know what I was doing.
Dave Heritage says, can we start making Dave do math problems and see how long we can keep him drinking?
I'll bring my survey equipment out. How about that?
No tennis skirt for you?
Well, I'm working on it. I got to get back in shape. I've put on a few pounds over this winter, and I've got to get these pounds off. And then I'll bring my sweet ass out in that tennis skirt. How about that?
Bronco 78 says it's great to see real content and still be able to have a sense of humor.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And honestly, like I said, this is what you see is what you get. Like,
we'll be assholes to each other in person.
Yeah. Like you may see my presentation skills evolve a little bit over the next few months just because I'm in a different position at work. So I'm learning some more about presentation and asking questions and things like that. So you may see some of that. So that's kind of fun. G. Wilker says, thanks for the content and putting yourself out there.
Hey, and let me tell you, if you've not done, I mean, I've done this for quite a while. I did the audio stuff for since 15. I've covered auto industry for a long time. But till you put your face on YouTube and are willing to, like, trust me, early on, if you go back and watch my early Bronco videos, I did one about a bumper. And that I thought that there's so many Bronco bolts on this bumper. I just was finding, like, not flaws, but things to talk about. Dude, I still take shit for that video now. Like, it's ridiculous to me that, and I have some, like, I've talked about the Sasquatch package, not last October, the October of 20. That video still, like, gets a lot of people, like, don't agree with me. And obviously we have these live situations where we can kind of explain why I think some things a little longer form. Definitely we have, like the video I dropped today of us getting the bumper. That was supposed to be longer, by the way, too.
But we did all that live that you really need to pull and cut.
Yeah, and the audio was horrible. We did learn with this software we're using, if we use it live, for whatever reason, the audio doesn't work well.
We're just gonna go straight to Alter or
YouTube Live, and we sorry, I was reading a comment. So we're constantly working on that. Like, I hope that you guys have noticed over the past month now, I guess we've done this StreamYards, that it seems more seamless and a little more professional.
And then there's us that takes it down the profession, the
What are-
anti-professional.
What are the dates of Celebration?
Celebration East. We will be loading in on the 19th, so the event does not start until the 20th. So April 20th through 23rd, I believe, are the dates. So Celebration East. You know what we need to do? We need to put. I don't think you have it on the website, but you need to put a
Yeah.
schedule.
I'll do that.
So we'll get a schedule up this week.
The hell are you typing over there? How much have you drank?
Enough.
I know. I'm not gonna want to get up in the morning. 5:30 in the morning.
Me neither. At 7. I'll put the link in the chat. And we'll share it in a second. But that is the dates and everything. 20th through 23rd in Townsend, Tennessee, which is just outside of Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge, whatever they want to refer to it as. Yeah, so that's where we're gonna be.
And they have rides and stuff they're doing around the area. I think they're taking some people to Windrock. Which is not Windrock Park is not too far away, and it's on the East Coast. It's the best wheeling you'll ever do on the East Coast.
It's an all-day thing.
I promise you that. It's the best place to off-road. But it's worth it. I can't tell you exactly what they're doing this year because they haven't officially announced it. But I really do find that it was the day we got to spend there was very enjoyable. Of course, we were excited getting to see the Bronco for the first time in person.
Getting a ride in it.
But I think that
convert me to a Badlands.
Yeah, I think that you're hell yes, open that wallet. But I think you're going to see a lot of cool off-road manufacturers coming out with new products. You'll see there. Once again, you're going to see a lot of the cool old stuff. There was more old stuff than Chuck, if you're really thankful. But I think you're going to see a lot of older stuff, but I think the newer stuff's going to overtake that a little bit. So definitely it's definitely worth it. Just if you can do it a day.
Yeah.
And it's right next, honestly, it's right next to Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Book your lodging now though.
There are some campgrounds around if you want to camp, but we're doing we did a Airbnb
we did an Airbnb.
So
thankful to Luke that kept us on our butts to book it because he's like, we really need to book this. And so we did, and thankfully we did because we're hearing a lot of people saying that everything's booked out.
Also, the website shows like event registration per Bronco. That's if you want to park your Bronco in the show area,
which is what we understand.
We didn't pay anything to drive.
It says visitors on-site parking is $10 per vehicle. So I feel like that's new this year.
It may be,
or maybe we showed up late.
They have a pretty big area they're doing too.
Yeah,
so I'm sure there's some costs there.
Let's see. Jason says, I'm going to go there. Folks need to join.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you. Dave's an affectionate drunk, Moto says.
Oh, I'm a something. I'm not. Honestly,
bye, Pavement Ends. Thanks for coming.
I'm definitely feeling loose, but I'm not drunk.
Thanks for joining and chatting with us.
Thank you, Pavement Ends.
Math do Dave.
Go back up. It was G Wilkers. We get putting yourself out there. Yeah, trust me, man. I've had people bitch about my face, like my soul patch, the backwards hat, which I've always worn my hat like this, but early on the videos, I would wear my hat like this and talk. And somebody bitched about me wearing my hat backwards one day. And so I was like, you know what? I'm wearing my hat backwards because I want to. And I knew it pissed that guy off, honestly. So, but my soul patch, I've gotten a lot of shit about that, which is hilarious to me. What do we got here, Kelly?
Richard Jakarski says New Jersey was 68 degrees on Saturday. Finally got to go topless.
Nice.
Did you love it? Did you just love it?
Richard, soft top or hard top?
Yeah, I don't remember what he has. Rob Rule says, hit the likes, folks.
Thank you, Rob.
I can't wait for Dave's OnlyFans late night bikini drives in the Bronco.
Oh, and that is not that.
But I was gonna say
it's warming up now, so there will be a live stream all night from inside the Bronco where I'm camping out. You may see me snoring, and you may see Kelly looking out the window like laughing at me. But
yep, because I'm not. Kenneth Hurrit says, "Hey, that bumper is sweet. Are they making sliders? They're engineering.
Yes,
right now.
we did some prototyping for them
Mhm.
this past weekend, and I think it was figuring out a way to mount it to the frame, but they're not body mounted, which I'm not a fan of body mounted sliders.
Overlanding for Fun says, don't forget I'll be there too with Dave's tennis skirt.
Ooh, I can't wait to hang out with Tim.
Tim's-
Me and Tim are gonna have a lot of fun.
Tim
We're gonna
reminds me.
Oh, by the way, sorry.
Tim reminds me of Aaron.
Yes, definitely. Tim is Bronco Santa, is what Tim is.
Yes.
But show up to the booth. We'll do some fun interviews. We'll do a compilation video, and y'all can poke fun at me in the videos. I don't care.
Mhm. Bronco 78 says they do have an event schedule posted on the link that you shared. Yes, they do. They do have a preliminary event schedule. So take that with a grain of salt. Being former event organizers, we know preliminary just means, hey, this is what we're kind of trying to plan, and until it's permanent.
And I'll be honest, I wouldn't camp that time of year because they got a shit ton of rain.
Yeah, it was muddy last year.
Yep. Fun.
Rob Rule says over in Greensboro with family in Black Mountain, so I can be there in Tennessee.
Nice.
I actually really love Black Mountain. Not a lot of people know about Black Mountain, but I'm a big fan of Black Mountain. It's super pretty over there. It's super pretty. I actually know it's North Carolina. It's actually really, really gorgeous over there. There's actually a little town called Black Mountain. I actually almost went to school in that area outside of, I think it's
There you
like
go. I learned
Asheville
something
kind
new
of area.
about Kelly.
I know, super pretty. I went there college hunting.
What's that?
G. Williker says, "Oh, that's a soul patch. I just thought it was leftovers."
Well,
no, this is like 3 weeks.
No. This. So I actually shaved Wednesday, and this is Wednesday till now.
Richard says, "Soft top, drop the hard top to get mine in November."
Richard, I really like our soft top.
He's
Way
the
more.
one that sent us those.
Oh, nice. With the
No.
yes, I know
Bronco
that this
family.
is his card.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Architect.
Because I remember architects. Yes.
Yes. Which if it would stay up there. Some of my stuff don't stay right. Kelly, I found a new shelf that I wanted. that I think we're gonna redo the wall again because for whatever reason the TV mount over there is not working. The TV's just honestly.
Why did you point it out? Just let my head cover it.
It's not working out like we wanted to, but we may have to change the background. And there's an Amazon shelf I want. It like mounts to the wall. Well,
imagine that.
I know.
Jay Zen says, wondering what YouTube did to ATN Dave and Kelly.
Dave, your hat. What? Honest. Oh no, I have the hat. I have the hat right here. I honestly, I have like 100 hats, man, and I always forget about them.
Devin says, will Tim whisper me to sleep at Celebration East? You have to take that up to Tim.
And his wife. Well, wait, no, according to Tim's wife, me and Tim are buddies. So me and Tim's had some like 2-3 in the morning chats. Oh, we have a Discord too, and somebody was asking about it last show. I'll pull it up. Let's see if we've had any, because I haven't looked at it honestly. But what I've had people ask about Discord. If you don't know, Discord is like where you can chat like this 24 hours a day. Maybe it'll pull up.
It was founded for gaming.
So, but it's in the YouTube world, it's actually turned pretty popular. There we go. Should add video descriptions. Vladimir says, so we do have a Discord, and I'm gonna try to figure out how to copy this link. If anybody's interested in talking to your buddies here, if I can figure it out. Kelly, you see any questions while I'm horribly doing this?
I don't know. I was trying to help you figure that out, but you're not doing very good at it.
I'm not doing very good.
Shut up. It's well.
I know.
Our daughter would beat me up.
Discord, All Terrain Nation. If you guys want to continue.
Hey, Terrence Mooney, welcome. You missed Degroot earlier.
Where's oh, there he is. What is up, buddy? Thank you for joining in. I know it's it's not that late in California times.
No.
But thank you, sir. You've missed a crazy one. Johnny Car Care and Reviews. What's up, buddy? What is the first song / musician you played in the Bronco?
Still running.
Chevelle, my favorite hard rock band.
Our daughter's favorite
Yep.
song when she was super little. She would just start dancing.
Uh-oh.
Dave hit puberty in college. You two car spotters guide said.
I might have. I'm still working on puberty.
There are times.
But I'm kind of like crazy. I feel like the first song of you play in a vehicle sets the tone for the vehicle.
Which is why her name is Bad
Jackie Daytona.
Bitch.
Jackie Daytona.
No.
Yes.
It's Bad Bitch.
You get your own Bronco. You name it whatever the
I
hell
do
you want.
have my own Bronco.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Ask the viewers.
This show is over.
Ask the viewers. They know whose vehicle it is.
A couple more questions, guys. Thank you.
Terrence said I worked
with our audience, but hopefully you guys have had fun with us. We really enjoy hanging out.
Mobile Moto says rigging that puberty out.
Oh, Johnny's car care and review. I heard rumor has it you did. I haven't seen it on your channel, but you took my challenge up, and they did a topless.
That's
video.
what I heard.
Johnny, is that true? By the way, inquiring minds want to know.
He tagged us somewhere, or he said. I mean, he told us somewhere, and he who did you call in?
Oh, wait, there it is. Let's see.
Feeling bad. It took us so long to get to All Terrain Nation's challenge done, but it was crazy cold here for 3 weeks straight. All Terrain Nation is awesome. You're sweet.
No, Johnny's car care.
Who'd you
review is
tag
awesome.
in? I can't remember who you said you tagged in. Was it Overlanding for Fun?
Well, we've also pushed that Bronco Wild Outdoors has to be.
Oh, that's right. You called out Dwayne.
So
That's
if you guys don't know, we did the video. It was I wouldn't call it a blizzard, but it was snowing pretty hard for us here.
For Tennessee, it was a blizzard.
And like we decided during the live stream to throw the top down. And we had fun. We froze, but we had fun.
We were not prepared.
We trolled the Jeep dealership and was like, "Hey, bro, we got our top down. Why are you guys like hiding inside?" And we had a blast with it. And I challenge all of you to post videos on Instagram and tag All Terrain Nation. If it's snowing yet, throw that top down there and driving the snow that way.
Overlanding for Fun. Tim put in the Discord channel.
Tim,
all those numbers.
I've got to make Tim the producer of this show. Thank you, Tim. Let's see. Very sure we did the top down. We called into Wayne. All right. Bronco Wild Outdoors. Oh, where is Bronco Wild Outdoors in here? Yep. That Troy, you that's epic. All right, guys. I'm out of alcohol. Well, I'm not cracking the bottle open.
You still have some in your cup.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
That's water.
Drink it.
Jeez.
Drink.
All right. So there you go. Thank you, Tim.
Everybody just joined. So many
know.
people just joined, and we're
I know. Well, there's
silly Central
almost
time.
3 hours of they can listen to as soon as this ends.
That was only supposed to be.
I know, like an hour and a half.
Happy Valentine's Day to us.
I know. Special thank you to Degroot X for hopping in and talking. I know it was Xterra, but me and Groot have been friends for a long time. Me and Danny are gonna do an ATN live show again. Get Danny back on here. If you haven't noticed, we've been trying to do a few more different live shows. We did the EV show with Coderman. Me and Coderman did that. I plan on doing more of that because I want to learn about EVs. Obviously, we ordered one, so we probably should know a little more about them.
Oh, what did I do?
Touching things. Hold on. Wait till the bedroom.
We're going to bed.
But I want to get back to the Nissan show on Fridays. A lot of the live stuff we do. I do it because it's fun. I like hanging out with you guys. Obviously the pre-recorded videos, more of that coming. The build and price stuff, I've got a few more of those coming up, which I like doing because I like figuring out building some vehicles. So there you go. If you're watching us on Facebook, let us know. We've opened that up in the channel. We're on Twitter as well. I don't know many people that actually use Twitter on a just a hanging out basis, but we're there if you want to find us there. Oh, thank you, Terrence, for liking the bumper. I like that bumper a lot. Go over to Discord. In the descriptions of these videos, we have ways if you want to check out more of the stuff. Kelly's got our P.O. box right there. We haven't checked the P.O. box this week, have we?
We haven't, but Rob was asking if they could replenish our alcohol content in the P.O. box, and I said I plead the fifth.
I hear no evil, see no evil.
That's it.
But we do, like, you guys have always been too kind to us, so we greatly appreciate that. So whether it be 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, you know the drill. It does not matter what you drive, because this has been your All-Terrain Nation. And what are we killing?
We're out.
Peace, everybody. Love y'all. See
Bye,
y'all in a couple days.
guys.